classiest place on earth that's a little late because my neck hurts. The fuck you gonna do? Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing absolutely fucking magical. I can't turn my fucking head, and I'm upset about it. Good morning, daytime time zone. I hope you're doing well. How the fuck are you doing? Happy Fat Tuesday. Is it already Fat Tuesday? Oh my god, where is this year going? What? What's the date today? Oh my god, it is. Holy shit. God, that's weird. I had no idea. Wow. I used to be just, recovering Catholic. I used to be on top of that shit. That's weird. Hello, staging. Good morning. How are you doing? Ooh, did you like that last song? Hold on. What was the last one? This one? I can give you the songs. I just got to figure out which one. I think 3 played before stream. This was the last one. Is this the one you want? This one's by Emmett Fenn, and it's called Control. Great song. Yeah, this one, I found this honestly on one of those random radio stations. I just put in a song while I'm in the shower on like a Spotify radio station, and I force myself to listen to every song. Like, obviously, I'm not going to get out of the shower to change a song. And it forces me to try new music, and I really liked this one. That's true. I only got to look forward now. I know, fuck, dude. Well, it's even this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I did. I slept funny. It's just my neck is a piece of shit. Fat Tuesday is the Tuesday before Lent. So, are you familiar with the concept of Lent? Oh, crispy. Bitch. Cheers and or enjoy cake. I have a stoner bowl from last night. Shall we light? Do I have a lighter? Oh no. I do, thank God. I was like, oh no. Thank you for the biddies, love. Ow. Good morning, Damien. How are you? I found you on a random station. True. That is kind of weird when you think about it. Shazam! Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving a fucking anus its wings. I fucking appreciate you. Thank you. Bitch. Kelty and Missy, my loves. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an anus its wings. I adore you and love you, and thank you very much. That is such a fucking long time. Thank you. Just not religious whatsoever, so I didn't know the name of the day. Yeah, so Fat Tuesday is usually like the big party before Lent because everybody gives up something for Lent. So on Fat Tuesday, you like indulge in the thing you're going to give up, theoretically, right? Isn't that the theory of Fat Tuesday? Oh, are you getting your hair cut? Oh, how short are you going? I forgot. I don't know if you told me or if I missed it. I knew you were getting your hair cut. Won't be a head turner. Ha 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 ha. Why are you like this? Good morning, Zaquarion. How are you? Since you quit vaping, the hell? I wonder why. Lent is soon. Yeah, does Lent start tomorrow because it's Fat Tuesday? Is tomorrow Ash Wednesday? Or does Ash Wednesday come after Lent? Fuck, it's been honestly, I have not done this shit since I was a kid. Good morning, Chucky. How are you? I'm giving up Lent for Lent this year. You know what's weird? Up until maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I kind of did, even though I'm not Catholic, I kind of find it fun to give up something, like to struggle bus and give up something for Lent. I don't know, not as a religious thing, not because of Jesus' like 40 days and 40 nights, but just because it's kind of, I like to fuck with myself. I don't know. That's probably broken. Cheers. Crispy, I love you. Ooh. If you do a bobbish, I don't know if you like to put your hair up, make sure to say inverted bob. Because I've made that mistake of saying like, I just want to bob like a short haircut. And I don't know what's wrong with it, but you cannot get your hair you can't put your hair up. But if they do it inverted, so it's a little bit longer in the front, you can at least get like a half ponytail up, like a fucking, the fairy one. But at least you can get your hair out of your eyes. I don't know, just a tip. The struggle bus. Lent, the date is Wednesday, February 22nd through April 6th. Yes, so tomorrow's Lent starts. Is it called Ash Wednesday? Or is that after Lent? I really can't remember which one's which. Oh, the struggle bus. I miss the struggle bus. Struggle snuggles. I gotta grind up some weed. I've previously given up on hope, human trafficking, heroin, and fucking swearing for Lent. Oh my god, you gave up swearing for Lent? Stop it. I've given up coffee for Lent. No shit. That was a tough one. But it's kind of good for me though, because I feel like sometimes I drink so much coffee that I don't really taste it anymore, and I can kind of get kind of a bad caffeine tolerance. So sometimes it's good for me because tea takes a lot more effort to make than coffee. Ash Wednesday does begin the Lenten season. Thank you, Mishy. Boom. Yeah, so tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. So if you see anyone walking around with like a smear of shit on their forehead, it's ashes and they're Catholic. Yesterday was rough. First day back to work after a week off. Only me and another US worker were on the phone since our ARG team is off for the holiday. Oh my god. Only how many people do you normally have? Can I give up on the household being sick, the roof leaking, and my knees hurting? Yes. You can try. That one sounds tough though, I'm gonna be honest. Supreme chaos. Hosts are gone. Hosts are gone. They eliminated hosts. They're gone forever. It's very weird. I know. Thank you, Boats. I just got it done a couple days, like what, almost a week ago now, actually. But I like it too. I think she did a really, really good job. It's so fucking like, it honestly looks kind of fake. I don't know how else to put that. It's so well done. I feel like when I look at the roots and I part my hair and I'm doing my hair in the morning, I'm looking at it and I'm like, is it real? She just did such a good job. I'm really, really impressed. Oh, that weed stinks. I was angry one of the classes I handed over turned into a far worse issue when I was a simple don't fuck with this team. Oh, one of the cases, not classes, Katie. Oh, 6 on phones and there's only 2 of you? Fuck off. They can't expect the same amount of productivity. That's ridiculous. Oh my god, Mishy. No. Do you have like rubber gloves? You might need a, you know what happened? Honestly, Mishy, you probably already know this, but for those of you that don't, if you have a grinder that you're finding really hard, either when you're grinding, it's like making squeaky sounds, or it's really hard to untwist, you can take like a safety pin. God, the music got really loud out of nowhere. What the fuck? Get out of here. You can get a safety pin and go around and like clean all the sticky ass resin out of their ridges, because in the threads of your grinder, I don't want to tip it over. This one's pretty clean, but you see that shit that builds up in the threads? That's just keef. But it becomes so sticky that your grinder can get stuck together. And you can do that, or another, well, that's one thing you definitely should do as well. I would say as well. Najeel actually taught me this, I think. So what you do is empty your grinder, obviously, put a quarter or like a dime in the bud container, screw it closed, put it in the freezer overnight. In the morning, take it out and just right away shake the fuck out of it. And all of the fatty terpenes and all the good shit that's like stuck to the sides it just flakes off. It's crazy because it's fat. So when you freeze it, it gets hard. And then the dime helps knock it all off on the inside. And then you smoke all of that. You do not throw any of that away. That is fucking a prime choice THC. But that shit's great. You should like look at that. How much is built up in there? I could go through that. I could probably get high off of just that. That's how strong that is. It's very potent stuff. It reminds you of Harley Quinn, does it? What color is Harley Quinn's hair? Isn't she a blonde? Wait, isn't Harley Quinn a blonde? Good morning, Bobo. How are you? It's brand new. Oh, fuck, Mishy. I'm so sorry. Your poor hands. Oh, I didn't even know yesterday was President's Day until this morning. I had no idea, but like, who's that stoked about President's Day these days? You think so? You think I could pull off Harley Quinn? I think I'm a little more unstable than she is, unfortunately. I really like this song. Sorry, my baby hairs poke me in my eyes, so I have to pin them out of my face. Can't you put it in the dishwasher if it's empty? You can if it's completely empty, but all that delicious, like, keef that's built up will just go away in the dishwasher. I mean, you'd lose a lot of like really good, high quality bowl toppers, I would say, in the dishwasher. Like, I would try to get off everything, all the shit as much as possible before putting in the dishwasher. And honestly, the dishwasher is not your best option because soap, like just soap, doesn't really get resin off. Resin, like the burnt, the black, this black shit that like builds up in your bowl. Soap doesn't work for that. So honestly, once you've done the freezer trick and you've gotten all the crap off the inside of your grinder, your best option is to just soak it in alcohol. Just 70% like alcohol. I thought I had some near me. You know, just like rubbing alcohol. Soaking in rubbing alcohol is going to be your best bet because rubbing alcohol breaks down fats. Good morning, Genova love. How are you? Harley's blonde, but in the newer version, she got red and blue highlights. Oh, no shit. Wait, I think I remember that from the shitty Margot Robbie movies. Margot Robbie's wonderful, but those movies were terrible. I think so. Oh, you switched to a better phone system. Maybe that's why they're trying to test to see how good it is. They're like, can we just get away with only paying 2 people? I scared the hell of you on Twitter. I almost threw my phone. Dude, my sister, I'm not even kidding you. My sister said it was as big as her hand. And the body was as big as her thumb. I mean, it's literally my dream. So if you guys aren't on Twitter, or you don't follow me on Twitter, totally fine. I posted a picture of a spider this morning. So this is pretty cool. My little sister's in Nicaragua right now. Crazy. She on a whim found like a cool yoga retreat in Nicaragua and she was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. And you guys know my sister's like a yoga. She's like a sniff away from being an instructor. Bitch can do handstands for days. So she's in Nicaragua doing this cool thing. And last night at like 10 o'clock at night, I don't know what the time difference is down there, but I got a text from her with that picture in it. And she goes, Katie, I shit you not. This was on the outside of my room and I fucking shit my pants. I was like, that's my fucking dream. I've still never seen a wild tarantula. I'm so pissed. Sheepy, good morning. How are you? Dude, I'm so jealous of her. But if you guys didn't see it on Twitter, basically a spider as big as my hand, because my sister's the same size as me, was on the wall of my sister's like abode in Nicaragua. And my sister, bless her heart, she has gotten, I mean, I wouldn't even call her arachnophobic anymore. Whereas before I started owning tarantulas and she started learning about them, my sister was the type that if there was a spider in the house, she'd go, oh my God, where? And run the fuck away. Like, truly terrified. And my sister's not afraid of anything, but spiders she's never been that way. But since I've, like, you guys know my theory, education always helps people be less afraid. And since I've started keeping spiders and, like, she's been hanging out on my stream learning about them, she actually does not kill spiders anymore. Straight up. She just puts them outside. It's amazing. She's really done a 180 on spiders. But this one, I mean, anyone would be a little nervous. You're in a new country. A spider as big as your hand is on the wall. What is it, right? Like, I don't even know. I can't tell what it is because the picture's not that great and it's at nighttime. And I'm sure my sister was as far away from it as she possibly fucking could be. But I put it on Reddit and I'm hoping someone can hopefully ID it, but I don't know. It's a miracle she even got the picture, let's be real. I know my sister would, though. She would. Your sister's currently an hour ahead of you. She's only 1 hour ahead of me. No shit. Interesting. Well, that's kind of nice then. Oh, I mean, I would be up in its face. So from what I can tell, I think it's a male tarantula because it's really leggy. My sister, the first thing she texted me was, Katie, what is the difference between a tarantula and a spider? Because this is in my room right now, and sent me the picture. And I was honestly like, just trying to think like, how can I make my sister feel as safe as possible in this moment, but not lie to her? So the first thing I said was, there's no deadly tarantula in the world and spiders can kill you. I guarantee that's a tarantula. It was too hairy. That's the other huge difference between spiders and tarantulas. Spiders have like really fine, almost like peach fuzz like you and I do, but tarantulas are hairy. Hairy as fuck. That's the biggest difference. So if you ever see a giant ass spider and it looks fluffy, like legitimately fluffy, not like you can see a few hairs, but it looks fluffy, it's a tarantula and it's harmless. That's the best rule you can go by. And I don't think there's any giant spiders in Nicaragua. I looked up. They have lots of little spiders everywhere, but I don't think they have any, like, you know, Australian dinner plate sized spiders or anything. Well, Pablo, that's what my sister was saying. She called one of the people that like run the place wherever the fuck they're staying and to come get it because she didn't know. She was like, I'm not gonna fucking fuck with a spider. And the guy laughed at her and he's like, they're usually underground. They're everywhere here. Like they're hella common and they're fossorial. So if anybody knows anything about spiders and you know about Nicaraguan fossorials, I have two Nicaraguan species. I have two Nicaraguan curly hairs and I have a it's called a Costa Rican zebra leg, but they're in Nicaragua as well. Just basically southern America. They're everywhere. I have two of them. One of them is very fossorial, but it didn't look like that at all. However, the one on my sister's building, I'm pretty positive was a boy because she said the body was about as big as her thumb, but the legs were about as big as her hand. And male tarantulas, you guys know this, I bitch about them all the time because I've got like five and I hate them. They tend to get really skinny. Their body is insanely smaller than a female's, and they're just legs. Because they get sex crazed, they stop eating and they just look to fuck. It sucks. I hate them. Isn't putting house spiders outside the same as killing them? Nope, spiders can really live anywhere. They're not inside because they're depending on indoor conditions. They're inside because there's something to eat. Spiders are, they don't even have blood to say they're cold-blooded. They're completely run by lymph. And so the way that they control their body temperature is by either going underground or climbing up. This is their body temperature. They don't seek out like homes that are warm or whatever. You know, they're only in your house if there's something to eat. That's the only reason a spider will be in your house. I've stopped being scared of spiders almost entirely since my cat started hunting them. Oh my god, Millie used to kill spiders. Would it be alright if I had your voice cloned for a voice synthesis site called Fake You? The site lets you make people and characters say anything you want. Go for it. I don't give a shit. Please don't make it say racist things or horrible things. Other people can't use it, right? I don't want my voice used by anybody else. Like, if you can make it private and so no one can, like, deep fake my voice and make it say horrific things, then that's fine. But nobody else. I don't want that shit out. That's just, people are terrible. You know, people will do something terrible with it. Stretch your neck and show me your fuzzies. I wish I could stretch my neck. I've been doing so many stretches this morning, Zoe. Onyx Flareon, thank you so much for summoning the class. Keep it a class 11. Giving Ace its wings. I appreciate you. What shouldn't you do to provoke a tarantula? There is no provoking a tarantula. The only time a tarantula will not just fucking bolt away from you is if it can't. Does that make sense? So, like, if you corner a tarantula and it's not an arboreal one that's going to climb a wall, what they'll do, most tarantulas, what they'll do, so this is actually really interesting. So there are two different, like, families of tarantulas. There are New World tarantulas and there are Old World tarantulas. New World tarantulas are any tarantula native to the Americas. Old World, anywhere else, basically Australia, Africa, so on and so forth, anywhere where there's tarantulas. And the reason we have, it's not like a scientific wow, words. It's not like a scientific, like, these are families, like the animal tree. It's more a way of us describing their defensive techniques. Because like I said, there is not one what we call medically significant tarantula in the world, meaning there is no tarantula that's venom is strong enough to take down a human unless you have a predisposed condition or you're allergic or something like that. The vast majority of tarantulas' venom is less strong than a bee sting. And they inherently know this. Like, the way that spiders and tarantulas and carnivorous invertebrates gauge their prey is essentially they have some sort of instinct that knows how strong their venom is and what size a creature that venom can take down. And we are huge. There's no way. There's no point in biting us because it wastes their venom, and chances are we're going to kill them for doing it. So what tarantulas will do is if it's a New World tarantula, so like where my sister is right now, a Nicaraguan tarantula, anything in Mexico or the US, their defense mechanisms are either to kick those hairs I was talking about off their butt into the air, and it's kind of like inhaling insulation. Have you ever gotten like insulation on your fingies or in your nose and it just burns and itches like forever? That's what their hairs will do. So, like, if you hold a tarantula that kicks its hairs, it's going to get on your hand and it's going to itch for 72 hours. It's fucking wild. So that's their number one defense mechanism, but only New World tarantulas can do that. The second defense mechanism that New World tarantulas have is projectile pooping at you. I'm not kidding. Arboreal tarantulas. So, like, I'm sure you've seen a pink-toed tarantula. That's probably one of the most common that's out there. Most arboreal tarantulas, what they do is literally while they're crawling, they just like poot at you. That's it. That's their defense mechanisms. So, if all of those things fail and you are still pursuing said tarantula and cornering it, what they will do is they will flip over on their back, expose their fangs. They'll start doing this. They'll put all their hands out as wide as possible, trying to make themselves look really big. And what they'll do is with their front feet, their front like 2 legs, they'll just start slapping the ground as hard as they possibly can at you. It's the funniest shit you will ever experience. Tarantulas are defenseless. Their best bet is to flip on their back and go at you. That's it. So, the best thing you can do if you find a tarantula is to leave it the fuck alone. If you have a tarantula, like, if you're worried about tarantulas in your general vicinity and or there is one, what you can do is wind. Sorry, I keep slamming that. Wind. Spiders, tarantulas fucking hate wind. A fan. So what I was telling my sister is, if you want to make sure a spider doesn't crawl on your bed, point a fan at your bed. If you have a ceiling fan or fans pointing at your bed, I would put every dollar I have in my bank account on a bet that no spider will get in your bed. They fucking hate wind because spiders, their only functioning sensory input is feeling. That's why they're so hairy. So tarantulas, they have 8 eyes, but they're all bundled right here on the top of their skull, literally. You'll usually see like 2 big ones, and then the big ones are flanked by 3 tiny ones. And they're so fucking useless at this point, just due to evolution. They don't really need them because most of them live in the dark anyways, that they sense whether or not it's daylight out. That's all their eyes can do. They can't hear anything. They don't have ears. So blowing a fan, like if I was to take a fan and just blow it at my tarantulas, that's the equivalent of me screaming at top volume in your ear nonstop. Does that make sense? Not only is it highly annoying and a terrible thing to do to someone, but it essentially it disarms them. Their only way of interpreting their environment is feeling vibrations and feeling like when I walk by, that wind, they feel that. They know that something has walked by. So if I'm blowing fans at them, they're essentially defenseless. They can't tell if anything's coming for them or anything. So all spiders will run from wind. They fucking hate it. Beyond, unless it's an orb weaver, because they can put their webs up in trees and like cling to them and shit like that. But other than that, just leave them alone. New World or Old World tarantulas don't have any defense mechanisms at all, so they tend to just flip on their back and do the smack smack thing. And it's kind of cool actually. Like I have a couple OBTs. What are they called? Orange baboon tarantulas or Pteronoculus murinus, I believe is the Latin name. And on their bitches. Fucking Ensville and Timon, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive and giving it an ace. So thank you. And fucking Timon with that Prime Gaming. Don't forget your Prime subs. Bezos makes millions. We make a dime. Fuck those Prime subs on company time. Use them. You don't have to use them here, but use them. So yeah, that's tarantulas. Like just leave them alone or blow at them. I'm not kidding. Now, the vast majority of tarantulas can move insanely quickly. We actually call it lightning bolting. So if you blow on one and suddenly you can't find it, don't be alarmed. That's how fast they can move because they don't have a defense mechanism. They just are fast. But yeah, absolutely. I fucking love spiders. I have over 50 behind me. I'm a big fan of tarantulas. I think they're the coolest thing ever. But teleporting, they fucking teleport. Oh yeah, the OBTs, orange bitey things, exactly. So I have 2 OBTs, which I never see because they're pussies. But they're beautiful. If you look up OBT tarantula, they're literally highlighter orange. Highlighter orange, like sunset orange. They are in my opinion, one of the most beautiful tarantulas in the world. But they're fucking teleporters. Literally. If you see it and it sees you, millisecond gone. They're gone. They just move so fast. I don't understand it. It's kind of wild. But what's really cool is because they're an old world tarantula, so they can't poop at you or kick their hairs. Their only defense mechanism is to flip on their back and do the like thing. The bottom of their body is like, how would you say it? It looks like an oil spill. It's like, rainbowy? I don't know, there's gotta be a word for it. There's a there's a word for it. I can't think of it. But basically, the top of their and this is I mean, all old world tarantulas have this rainbowy shit on the bottom, but the backs are always different. And the bottoms of them are like iridescent. Thank you. Yes, iridescent's a really good word for it. They're literally shiny, and that's part of the like defense mechanism. So when they flip on their back, they become really bright, and that makes them look even bigger. So things won't touch them apparently. But it's really cool. Their feetsies are rainbow colored. It's weird. My GBB teleported onto my arm the other day. Oh my god, Azula did that. No, it wasn't Azula. It was Velma. Not the terrible show everyone keeps talking about. I have a spider named Velma. Gluttony bought her for me, and she's fucking beautiful. She's absolutely one of my favorite tarantulas I've ever owned in my entire life. She's probably one of my top 5 species ever, just because they're amazing. She's called a Brachypelma emilia. And she I don't know. Oh, we were rehousing her because she's big. She's a big bitch now. We were rehousing her. So when I rehouse them, usually I just coax them into like a deli cup and put a lid on it, and they just chill in a deli cup while I like do the enclosure. And I coaxed her into the deli cup, and she's not a teleporter. Like, she's a Mexican species. They tend to be fatter and slower. She just up on my arm on stream, and I'm pretty sure everyone on stream shit their pants. I almost shit my pants because she's huge. And I'm not afraid she's going to do anything. I'm afraid she's going to fall off of me and burst or something. Like, they are not meant to climb up. Land tarantulas don't climb for a reason. They can't. There probably is a clip somewhere deep within the clips. I don't remember if this happened before the grand clipping or not, when we all had to delete every single VOD ever because of DMCA shit. I don't remember. I never see pussies either. Most of my tarantulas are pussies. Honestly, I question whether they're alive 90% of the time because they just bury themselves. I don't know. Then it's all the wind you produce. I actually have one tarantula. It's an Ornithoctinae southern Mindanao. I know the names. That's the Latin name actually. But she literally every single time I open her enclosure, threat pose every single time, just flips on her back and looks at me. I'm just like, why? Why? What have I done to you? So sensitive. Some tarantulas are really sensitive. Am I up for a horrid joke? Absolutely. Let's cheers. I loaded a bowl because that last hit was sad. Cheers. Seriously, just hides 24/7. I don't think I have a cobalt. Nope. I have Sazamize. That's what I have. There's a lot of blue tarantulas these days, and I get confused with them. I have Sazamize, and then I have Dolichothele diamentinensis. That name gets me every time. I have those too. Oh my god. That's honestly, when you said Menangangal, I was like, that has to be a tarantula name. Like, there has to be one named it. Because the names, like the one I just said, Dolichothele space diamentinensis. That is probably the hardest one. That or it's the Ornithoctinone. Ornithoctinone? Hold on. I have to look it up. I don't know where the fuck these words come from. Another one, a new one. So that's a fun thing. In the like tarantula spider world, they're always discovering new bugs. We all know that. There's so many fucking insects in the world. And so they're constantly renaming spiders. Like, they'll find 4 or 5 new tarantula species and they'll be like, okay, well, we found them in Mexico, so we're just going to call them brachypelmas because that's what everything in Mexico is called. And then in a couple years, when we have time, we'll look at the genetics. And so in a couple years, when they have time, they look at the genetics, and I have to change all the labels on my fucking spiders. So it went from brachypelma to Tleel tocatl. Tleel. Put that. Tleel tocatl. Why? I'm going to spell it in chat for you because I'm so upset about it. Tleel tocatl. Say that 10 times fast. They do it all the time, though. Constantly. And it's Ornithoctinone, I think. Ornithoctinone. Yep. Wait, where's the joke? I gotta get the horrific joke. Okay, here it is. Okay, here's the joke. Since you're supposed to wash your sex toys after use, is that why Catholic priests invented baptism? Well done. Well done. God damn it. A little blueberry. Are they already blue when they're little like that? Are we summoning demons and scary backwards talk? You would think so. Yeah, it's Ornithoctininae. Ornithoctoninae. Ornithoctoninae. Ornithoctoninae is a subfamily of tarantulas found in Southeast Asia. It was first erected. What does it mean, though? It usually means something. Nope, it means nothing. Apparently, it's Chinese. Ornithoctininae. That's one of my least favorite. There's so many fucking weird spider names in the world, though. It's kind of absurd. They've really gone off their rockers. There's a classy tarantula. I own one, but I'm pretty sure it's a boy, and I'm really sad about it. Hi, Apocalypse. How are you, love? It is. I think that's why they did it, because they discovered that where this tarantula was actually from is like, I don't know how to put it, like a Mexican tribe. What would you call that? A Mexican, some sort of South American tribe is very local to that, and they wanted to use a word from that tribe's own language to describe the spiders, not just Brachypelma, because Brachypelma is just like Latin for leg something, like leg something. Um, brachial, it's brachial pelma, whatever pelma is, brachial arm. You know what I mean? Anyways, indigenous, is that the word? Because there's different, like, groups and tribes. I don't know another word for it. I feel very stupid right now. I'm so sorry if I'm being offensive, but you know what I mean. So that for purposes of respecting the people of the area, they were like, what word would you want as the family of the spider? And they chose Tleotocotl. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know if it means anything. Are we slow clapping? Yeah, bad jokes. They were great. See the pics of that winged friend? You looked it up when you looked it up, by the way, it actually looks like something you'd find in a manga. Dude, yes. It literally looks like something you'd find in a manga. It's amazing. Indigenous is probably the word for it. Yeah. Absolutely. And they named it Tleotocotl, and there's a couple like that. Ornithoctinae. I can't think of any others. There's so many weird ones, though. I can't turn my neck. This is a terrible time. Poecilotheria is a weird one. Honestly, I don't know what that means either. Poecilotheria. Yeah, I've never really thought about that. The first names are very weird, and I don't know what they mean. Poecilotheria metallica is one of my spiders. Poecilotheria, the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Erisis walcaneri. What's Erisis? I don't know. I'm very curious. They're really bright, almost neon blue when they're young. That's like, honestly, the Sazami, Pteranopelma sazami, the Brazilian blue dwarf beauties. No. That's the other one, the Diamantinensis. They're just called the Brazilian beauty, I think. There's Brazilian dwarf beauty and then Brazilian beauty. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. The common names are stupid. One is Dolichothele diamantinensis, and one is Pteranopelma sazami. Why I can remember these names, but I can't remember Professor Snape, whom I love. I don't know. Brains are stupid. I'm gonna smoke more drugs. I hate my head. Cheers. Spider. Most of the spiders are named after someone, actually. Most of them, the second word is literally just the neurotic scientist naming a spider after themselves. Good God. I'm back. Whoa. I've never owned a black pug. Millie was my first pug ever in my life. She was actually my first and only small dog I've ever owned. Ooh, Tliotocatl. They're found predominantly. I got stuck. Predominantly in Mexico, with some species native to Central America. The name is derived from two Nahuatl. Is that the tribe or the indigenous people? Nahuatl words. Tlil meaning black and tocatl meaning spider. Nuh-uh. That's so cool. So it's black spider and then whatever they are. That's so cool. I had no idea. I never even thought to look up the first word because the second word is so fucking weird. Slurm, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings for so fucking long. Fuck Bezos, that bitch. Don't forget your Prime subs, motherfuckers. You don't have to use it here, but make sure to use it. Thank you, love. That was very kind. That's really cool. So it's just black spider. Are my Tliotocatls even black? They're not black, though. Owie. They're really not, though. They're, I mean, they're by far not as black as my, I have, oh God, what are they called? Mexican black velvet. That's the common name. Shit. This is Tliotocatl. Just kidding. Tliotocatl. So that one's pretty black. I forgot they changed the name of that one. See what I mean? So the common name is the Mexican black velvet spider. I have two of them named Steven and Steven. And they changed the name. So that one's a Tliotocatl. So nope, it totally checks out. I was wrong. They changed the name on them again. Fuck, I gotta make a label for that. I gotta make a note. Shit. I label all my spiders, but when they change the names like this, it's very hard to keep up. What was the other one I had? Oh, and then I have Grammostola pulchra, which is literally like the blackest tarantula I think that you can possibly get. I don't have a Vegans. Hypnotoad, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an swings with that Prime sub. Don't forget to use your Prime subs, my dudes. You don't have to use them here, but please use them. Every time you forget to, you're firmly shoving a $5 bill into the crusty ass G-string of Jeff Bezos. Because if you have an Amazon Prime account, you're paying for one whether or not you use it. Thank you. Super! Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive. How am I missing these? Am I just deaf today? Thank you for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving an 8 swings, motherfucker. I appreciate you and your Prime sub. Jesus fuck. Thank you. I have the pulchras. I have Grammostola pulchra. They're pretty black. But there's... dude, tell me about it, Spuds. I have... to burp. Goonies, girl! 51 fucking months. Holy shit. Cheers, bitch. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving the names so fucking long.
Back. You came back.
Bitch.
Dude, for real though. Hail some Satan, motherfuckers.
Straight bonker, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving a fucking anus swings. I appreciate the fuck out of you. Have my money, CK. May it help you get higher. I mean, it'll keep a roof over my head, and that's the important thing, right? Thank you, love. Vaxtra Penguin, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it anything so fucking long. Holy shit.
That's a really long time. That's almost 2 years.
Time is fucked, and I get scared. Thank you for the resubs, my dudes, for real. I have my T-Vegans, but for 6 months as a sling, and it still looks like a 50-gram vial. No shit, I have... That's what I was going to say. Thank you for reminding me. One of my very first tarantulas, not the first, but I believe they were the first baby tarantula I ever got, actually. Uh-huh. It was Greg, Gimli, and... Ow. I still have my first 3 babies. I'm just trying to figure out what was the third. I have a lot of tarantulas. It was Greg, Gimli, and... Who was my... Oh, it was fucking Bella. Bella. So, Greg is a Grammostola pulchra. Bella is a Poecilotheria metallica. And Gimli is an OBT, orange baboon tarantula, or orange bitey thing. Smack, smack. They were my 3 tarantulas. I got the OBT free because everybody gets an OBT free. But they were my first 3 babies ever. Eric, can you fuck? Thank you. Erican just gifted 5 subs in the channel. Motherfucker. Misha Spiffy, Serene. Wow. I can speak. Serene Dreams. Erotisk. Erodiskful. Erodisk. Katie. I can read, I swear to God. Erodiskful casserole and tops. Y'all butt was I sort of go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure, sober consent. I appreciate you. Good morning, Saber. How are you? Good. I love open plan houses. I can't stand how my house is now. We have so many fucking pointless walls in our house. Thank you, Erican. I appreciate you. Thank you. I like having a roof over my head, considering I would die in this weather. Yeah, I appreciate that. You didn't name your third tarantula goober to keep in line with the naming convention? No, I actually let chat name them. I didn't name any of them. Greg is named after Gregarious Pfister. Gimli was named by, I think, Pulsar or Astropulse. Because Gimli is the OBT, bright orange, Gimli, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, orange, ginger, whatever. And then Bella was named by Andrew, one of my mods, because she's gorgeous. But what I was going to say is I got them all at the exact same time, all the same age. Bella, I don't think you guys can see her. She's up here. She is gorgeous. I mean, look up Goody Sapphire Tarantula. Holy shit. They are one of the most coveted species in the world because they're literally the color of a sapphire. And I got her when she was a baby, like a little sling like this big, and she's probably like 3 inches now. She's about this, like with legs, she's good size. She's pretty good size. And they are relatively fast growers. They don't live as long as most. If it's a female, she can live about 15 years, whereas some can live like 35, you know what I'm saying? Whereas Greg is a Grammostola pulchra. I got that little fuck as a little sling like that, and I swear to God, he's this big. He's like maybe an inch. Maybe. Good eater. Great. I've got him. He's actually doing his 8-month winter hibernation right now, which is great. Does it every winter, and I love it. Literally, he's that big. So fucking annoying. And then the OBT, I mean, obviously OBTs are hidden all the time, but I think Gimli's about the exact same size as Bella because I see his legs out every once in a while, and his legs are pretty big. It's just interesting how slow they grow. Sore from yard work. Ooh, nice though. At least you got weather, you can do yard work. Aren't they beautiful? I'd show you mine, but they're actually insanely shy tarantulas. The not OBTs too, but Poecilotheria metallica are really, really shy. And I have a feeling she's about to molt, and I don't want to fuck with her. This is her right there, and that dark spot in that back corner is her. She's right there. Yeah, she's up against the ceiling, and then right next to her is a pink toe. And then actually, that's Gimli right there. Anyways. Yeah, I think she's about to molt because David, not because of David, but David, thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it swings for so fucking long and being one of my oldest, dearest friends. I love you so much. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. Thank you. But yeah, Goody sapphires are fucking pretty. So if you're scared of tarantulas and you don't want to look it up, no worries. Imagine they are this color blue, no exaggeration. And then they have this really cool kind of staggered diamond pattern down their butt of just white diamonds. And then along their legs, every joint is highlighter yellow. They're so pretty. Everything from India is beautiful, right? I don't get it. Like Indian animal, everything that lives in India is just phenomenally pretty. But those are highly coveted in the fucking community, but they're critically endangered due to habitat loss. Like literally they clear cut the entire area these things are local to. So the Goody sapphires, there's a huge movement in like the tarantula hobbyist community to try to domestically breed them prolifically so that we can discourage poaching. Like if they're cheap and really easy to come by, like an OBT in the US, then there's no point in poaching them, and maybe we can try to save wild populations, Size doesn't matter. Well, I just worry when they're not growing, like, am I doing it right? Am I killing them? I don't know. Also, dating fucking sucks. I've never actually been, like, asked on, like, a classic date or been on a date before. I usually end up just having sex with a friend. I know. The puppos. Is it? I can't. Oh. Hi. Okay. We needed a snuggle right now. So a female tarantula, depending on the species and, whether or not it's in captivity or not, they can actually live up to 35 years. I shit you not. Male tarantulas, however, 5 years. They either get eaten trying to fuck or they just die. It's very sad. Nobody wants a male tarantula unless they're breeding. It sucks. We're friends? You'd be my first. Shh, we're friends forever. You'll never get rid of me. The power went out. Oh no. Oh, you heard a bang? Something really similar like that happened to me when my power supply in my computer went out. The power went out, but I don't know why. I think my power supply was probably just old, but I heard like a loud crack and it was my power supply in my computer. I had to go get a new one. Hey, Katie, want to be friends? Yeah. I hope it's okay. Brazilian jewel tarantula? Ooh, which one's that one? There's so many different tarantulas. Oh, is that the Seldonia or something? T. Seldonia? Those are those super small ones, right? I actually think they're illegal to import now. So if you find them in the States, make sure it says domestically produced. If you want that spider, I cannot. Okay, out. We'll take a break. Go, 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 go. You're going to hit my cords, my dudes. We'll take a break in a second. T. Seldonia, is that what it is? Yeah. Oh my God. They truly are the jewel of the tarantula world. But I think, again, because of critical endangerment and poaching, because of how pretty they are, they're illegal to import. So if you see one, captive bred, domestically produced, those are the terms you want to see. If you don't see those terms, do not buy that spider. Period. Even if it's truly a T. Seldonia, you are encouraging poaching. You're encouraging destroying the local population wherever they're from. You're encouraging illegal activity. Don't be a dick. Please. 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 And thank you. Died while trying to fuck? Oh my God. Well, you could be a ferret. They die to fuck. I'm dealing with having to go out on dates and stuff for the first time in 10 years, and I'm dealing with the whole, do I message her, ask her out for a second date? I asked her what her level of comfort for messaging and meeting up frequency is, so I make sure she's okay with it. And apparently my female friend said it was a bad move. I say, do what makes you feel good, and if that person you're dating doesn't like it, they're not meant for you. Don't alter who you are or your actions to make them like you more, because that's, you know what I mean? Do exactly what feels good to you. Do what feels comfortable to you. And that's how you're going to find someone that matches your vibe. You know what I mean? No sense in false advertising. You'll just end up miserable in the end. It is. I think it is break time. I didn't realize how long we'd been live yet so far, and I apologize. No power followed by a pop. Kiss that. Ugh, I know, right? Kiss whatever that was goodbye. Yeah, the crack pop is not something you want to hear ever. 250. I mean, how much kills? How much are I can't remember the Latin name, but it's the Darth Maul tarantula. I think it's the Zenesthesis. It starts with an X, I think. Zenesthesis. They were going for 200 for a while. Those slings. That's a sling, by the way, is a baby spider. So it's $250 on a questionable life. A very questionable life. I think the most expensive sling I have was $90, and that was Bella. That was my Poecilotheria metallica. And they are rare. Pets are work, man. You gotta like taking care of stuff. I like taking care of stuff. I don't think being upfront and direct is a bad move. That may be the type of person you're looking for. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never done the classic dating thing ever. I usually just end up having sex with a friend and then we end up together. I don't know. I've never done it, but from looking from the outside in, it makes no sense to alter any of your behaviors when shopping for a life mate, to put it really fucking basically. Because unless those are behaviors you permanently want to change about yourself, I'd rather be unapologetically myself and attract someone who is into that than you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Dread Pirate, happy Tuesday, Honeybean. The best way to start a relationship is to lie and play mind games. Exactly. You know what? David's got it. I'm just going to go take a break because David's got this conversation on fucking point. Oh, 150. That's not too bad anymore, actually. I mean, it's still terrible, but it's not 250. Oh, this is the, what is it? Oh, it's a Victorious something. Salmopaeus Victorii, the Darth Maul tarantula. God, those are pretty. 82. That's not bad. That's cheaper than a fucking Metallica these days. That's insane. They're beautiful. There's another one. It's Zenis something. What is that? This is a spider. Fuck. That spell job, I'm not even going to show you guys. I can't remember how you spell it, but it's a new, oh, there it is. It's Zenesis. Fucking, I'm just going to put it in chat, the words. Latin sucks. These ones are like a relatively new species, but you can get them literally violet. Like ultraviolet. It's similar to synesthesia. I think that's the word my mouth was trying to do. But look at this. I'm going to put a spider on the screen. I'm putting a tarantula on, not a real one, a picture of one. There will be a picture of a violet fucking ultraviolet tarantula on the screen. Please don't freak out. It's just a picture and it can't get you. That's real. I wish it fucking wasn't, but it is. And they are expensive. But what even? Nature did that. Nature did that. Right? And they come in many different colors. You can get them with like it's like a orange sunburst on their back, a pink sunburst. That's the Zenesis immanis. I know. You just like they're velvet. Like I just cannot with these. They're so fucking pretty, but they are really expensive right now. Look at that. I think South America, they're New Worlds. So I'm pretty positive they're South America. I want to say Colombia. Let's look. Oh, Zenesis immanis. Colombian Leatherback, motherfucker! Bitch, I'm not stupid. Adult size, big, 19 to 22 centimeters. Wow. 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 I know, nature did that on fucking purpose, right? What the fuck? This is what happens when they kick all their butt hairs off, by the way. Andrew, my love, thank you so much for some of the class live and community swings. My world is the color of puce. 100%. I love you. Isn't that like one of the most phenomenal, just like nature did that. And that's just insane to me. But see how hairy they are? This is what I mean. A tarantula will be hairy compared to a spider. Gorgeous. They're just phenomenal. I don't know, man. Oh, Theria. This is Bella. This is what, Andrew, we were talking about your spider earlier. This is my most, I mean, probably like the most famous spider I have. I don't know. That's what they look like when they're grown up. Not an exaggeration. That is not altered. They are truly, truly. Oh, my fucking licky face is in front of it. Hold on. Let me move that bitch. Get out of here, lick. Look at that. Is that not phenomenal? That's what she'll look like full grown. Like, that's just unreal. Unreal to me. And that's why they're so coveted, often poached. Don't hold tarantulas. But what the fuck? Is that not one of the prettiest things you've ever seen in your life? Just blows me away that nature did that on fucking purpose. Spiders decided they would be fabulous. Absolutely. Yes, 9less, 100%. Yep. They reproduce almost. I've found that a lot of spiders, true spiders, have varying ways to mate. Tarantulas all in general do it the same way. It's really weird. The boys basically jerk off on some webbing, rub their hands all over it, and then fist the lady's belly. There's no penis or vagina involved. It's basically like a kangaroo pouch and some spermy fists. It's real weird. Anyways, break time. Let us take break, yeah? I'm gonna take my dogs out because God, my fucking neck is fucked today. I'm so pissed. I don't know what I did. Seeing that color is dull to the IRL thing. It really is. Yeah, because they're kind of like an oil spill. What was the word we came up with? What was the word for it earlier? I already forgot it. I think Serene had it. What was the word we had earlier for the pretty rainbowy color on their feetsies? Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. Iridescent, iridescent, iridescent. They're a lot of tarantulas have an iridescent quality to them because being bright and shiny makes you look bigger and scary. Something just went in my eye. Okay, I'm gonna go get it out. Break time. Stand up, stretch your dicks, and get some coffee. I'll be back in a few. We're gonna get some boyfriends today. I'm sorry I'm a little slow and jaggedy. My neck is fucked. Fucked! We're getting snow again, I learned. And all day tomorrow, apparently, which should be great. Katie, no. If something's bright in color in nature, typically it means poisonous, do not eat. You know, there's actually been like a shit ton of studies done on why tarantulas are blue, and no one knows. Because they're not poisonous. I don't know. It's not like, it's not to, the fuck are these? It's not to like tell, tarantulas are colorblind, so it's not to tell each other what they are. Like, it's very weird. There's a whole study on blue tarantulas. Very interesting. Should see a tarantula wasp IRL. I've seen one. I've seen one. Did you ever? I told that story one time, Mandel, a long time ago. I got to watch nature in action in my yard. It didn't take out a tarantula, it just took out a spider, but it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It was like a split second. Had I not been paying attention, I would have never seen it. It was just the weirdest thing. I was literally standing on my back, like little stoop, and the dogs were doing something, and we have one big tree in our yard, and this spider had dropped down from like 30 feet up, and the spider was maybe this big. It was like a crab spider or something, and I watched it, and it wasn't dropping anymore. It was just kind of swinging at my exact eye level, and I was watching it, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, am I about to watch this spider? Is the spider hunting? Like, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought this is how the spider hunts or something. I was like, what the fuck? And then within a second, this little black fucking tarantula hawk, which is apparently there's different kinds, like the big ones for tarantulas, but there's little ones that do it to spiders, starts buzzing around the spider. And I'm like, oh, the spider's going to get this little fly, thinking it's a fly, because they were both so small. Like, it was really weird that I even saw it. It starts circling the spider. I thought the spider grabbed the hornet, and then all of a sudden both of them just drop. I mean, out of nowhere. And I like walk up to it, and the spider is paralyzed. It's literally just like boosh out, done for, and the tarantula drags it off into a hole in the ground. I mean, the little hawk thing, the little tarantula hawk thing, the little hornet. It was all within a 15-second time span. It was so fucking fast and weird to watch, but I'd heard of these creepy bees my whole life, but I've never lived in the desert, ever, or anywhere where really there's tarantulas. It's creepy. So we can tell CK's toxic streamer from the hair color. Oh my god, do you think so? No, but I might be poisonous if you eat me. I'm definitely inedible at this point. Dude, for real, Mandel, like, my head honestly looks like a Jolly Rancher to me. I'd eat it. I know. It was so creepy. It was so small, but very creepy and so fast. The spider wasps actually measure the size to decide if they should lay males or females. The size of the spider? Yuck. I hate that. I hate that. You live in the Mojave Desert in California, and I got chased out of my yard by a tarantula that had orange feet and a black body. I got a pot bottom and a vase and put Mr. Tarantula near a tree where there are lots of bugs to eat. That was very, very kind of you to do. Black body and orange feetsies. There's a couple different tarantulas like that. The main tarantulas that we have in the US are Aphonopoeia calcodes, otherwise known as the desert blonde. And then there's another one called the Texas brown. It's not just in Texas, it's all over. I think they go up pretty far north, actually. But those are the two species I think that are the most prolific in the US. That being said, conditions are great. So if someone like in California, where you guys don't really get a winter, if someone let their tarantula go outside, chances are it would be fine. It would survive. Whereas where I live, anything I have would freeze to death once winter hit, you know? Big spiders get females because more food. That is fucked up. Wasps and hornets are very specialized. Parasitic wasps are so specialized, every type has a single other organism they prey upon. That's similar. Oh my god, wait. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I read this years ago. I don't even remember if this was real or not. God, that screen is bright. So I read that each orchid flower has a specific wasp species that it needs in the vicinity to pollinate it. Because orchids have evolved to look like wasp genitals. So they try to fuck the flowers? Also, did you know vanilla is the only edible orchid? I learned that recently too. Vanilla is an orchid. We eat it. Weird. Isn't that crazy? I thought that was weird. Like cool, but weird. That is true. Yes. Oh, that's so weird. Lilith got my ear earlier and it hurts. That little bee. Ow. We get snow here a couple of feet every winter. Oh, no shit. That being said, I have rich people on the hill above my house, so who knows? It's like Florida, right? Like people accidentally let things go. People like buy a spider for someone for Christmas and they don't take care of it, so they just let it go outside and they're like, it'll be fine. And sometimes it is, and that's never a good idea. Like you guys know, I think they're behind me. Those hornworms that I get from my spiders, I have to sign a little thing saying I will not let them go outside because they're moths. They turn into like giant hawk moths. And apparently in Colorado we have like a moth problem. I don't know. In the spring, the first year I lived here, was it the spring? I went down to my little shed and I opened the door and it was like something out of a horror movie. I swear to God, a pound of moths fell on my face and flew away from me out of my shed. I've never in my life seen that amount of moths. Ever. Robo! What's up, Honeybean? How are you? You had a lovebird on your roof? Yes, that happens a lot. I think a lot of people, like, there's people who go out there to find birds like that because birds get loose all the time. Camel spiders scare me. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I do not like. Do not like. They scare the shit out of me. Not a fun time. Nope. Dude, I'm never shocked by nature's incredible. Nature does what it needs to do, man. It's like dubia roaches in Florida. They're illegal to have here. Oh, really? You can't even buy them as food? That makes sense. They'd probably go. I mean, are there roaches already in Florida? Don't they already have a roach issue? Ish? Oh, neck. Ow, why? Oh, I don't want my neck to hurt. Do they really? Hornworms will decimate tomato crops. They eat tomatoes like an apple. I believe that. I mean, the rate at which they grow is dumb. I got these hornworms, what's today? Tuesday? 3 days ago. 4 days ago. And when I got them, they were as big as my pinky nail. And if you can see them, they're about this big now. That's in 4 days. That's fucking, they grow, they're just maniacally, they just eat. That's all they do. They just eat and grow. Oh, really? In my city, most insects died. It's not their climate anymore. Are you really far north? Is it like really cold? I think the more far north you get, the less bugs. There are multiple varieties in Florida, really? God, that sucks. They'll infest real easy because of the climate. If 1 or 2 gets out, ew. Whip scorpions. Are whip scorpions the same thing as a vingaroon? Or are they different? I think they're kind of part of the same family, right? Whip scorpions and vingaroons. Vingaroons I don't like either. They look kind of like a camel spider and a scorpion fucked, but they have like this big needle-y thing coming out of their ass, and it doesn't do anything. It's literally, I think, meant to lay eggs in the ground, but when they're scared, they release vinegar in the air out of their ass needle, and they smell like vinegar, hence the name vingaroon, and they're fucking gross. I don't know why anyone wants that as a pet. They're, ugh. I got a lot of spiders, man. That is just, those are, why? Same family, right? That's what I thought. Whip scorpions have like the super long front arms with like little tiny pincers, I think. If you've ever seen Harry Potter, I think Mad Eye Moody like does some curses on a whip scorpion, right? I think that's a whip scorpion. It's obviously a digital rendition of one, but the bug that he's actually fucking with is a real insect. It's a whip scorpion, I believe. And they don't have the needle coming out their booty. Berlin, Germany, and there aren't nearly as many insects as 20 years ago. You know, that's so interesting you say that, Pablo. I was listening to a podcast recently, like some science podcast, and they were talking about something called the windshield effect, where basically we have like 80% less insects today just due to cars decimating them on freeways. Like the windshield effect has essentially wiped out entire species of insects and shit. It is insane. I was just listening to something about that. I fucking hate camel spiders. They can get big. Base animal control wouldn't even deal with them. I wouldn't. I'm not one to just kill something, but those, I don't know what I do about that. They don't even, like, I watched a video of one years ago, and it was using its creepy big fang things to eat a gecko, and it was grinding the gecko between its fangs, and I was like, absolutely not. I am checking out of that insect completely. Is that correct, Azrael? Yeah, it's kind of nuts. And it's a big problem in like states, where there's lots of truck highways, truck routes, I guess you would call it, like states in the middle of the country where trucks are just going through constantly. It's a huge problem, which leads to like lack of biodiversity because those are pollinators. Like most flying insects are, as we were talking about earlier, specific to pollinating certain plants. So if we kill all that insect, that plant dies. It's wild how it affects everything. I remember as a kid, bugs being thick on the windshield. Me too. I remember going on a road trip just across the state as a kid, just across Washington State. And when we would stop at a truck stop to get gas or something, you could go like pick bugs. I mean, I was a sick child. Pick like whole butterflies off of your grill and just like dragonflies and huge bugs. It was gnarly. Fucking sick. And there were some parts of the state where like, I can't remember what the bug was. I think it was a type of flying like termite or something. And a certain time of the season, they were just swarming. I mean, they were huge and they're just everywhere. So you drive 15 miles and your car would just be coated in guts. And I don't think does that even happen anymore? You guys like my Russian rap? You're welcome. I hate everything with multi-legs, but I know they have a purpose. So yeah, bad form humans, same. I'm not into things crawling all over me. Again, I love my spiders, but I don't hold them and I don't interact with them. I respect nature. Like, I realize it's got to be there. My sister sent me a really good poem years ago, and I can't remember exactly how it went, but the premise of it was, do we have the right to kill something just because we're afraid of it? And that's what actually got her to stop killing spiders, which is kind of crazy. I take a drive on the 5 freeway in the early morning, come up with an entire dead ecosystem. Jesus Christ. Trucks look like they're carpeted. Yep. That was my dad's big old Ford 350 would just be coated in a caking of bugs. Not only windshield, it's the whole ecosystem. We changed so much. Even things like lights and constant sound destroys the natural rhythm of the insects. I believe it. And think about everything that's coming off of cars, like oil, gasoline, the emissions coming out of cars just blowing onto the asphalt, and then it rains, and then all that goes into the sides, into the water that wildlife is feeding on, and that's feeding plants. Like, I can't even fathom what roads do to the world. It's fucking it's phenomenal in a bad way. I thought the windshield effect was actually about measuring the amount of insects. I thought it was in a reference in Danish study. They were using that study to talk about the biodiversity loss. Yes, the windshield effect isn't the act of wiping out species via your windshield. Yes, no, you're correct. Yeah. They were just I remembered the term for it because they were using that study as an example. Yes, 100%. Where they counted dead insects on a science windshield to measure biodiversity. Yes, they were using that as an example, or kind of like a control for it. Being an MP means to are also animal control. We use shotguns with rock style ammo. I feel kind of bad, but those things would completely disrupt operations. I know it's messed up. Dude, I get it. I was going to ask my Google Home just a rhetorical question of why humans have destroyed the world. Forgot for a split second my power's out. Saber's just talking to the darkness. Been there, done that. I miss lightning bugs so much. I still saw them in Maryland. When did I move from Maryland? I moved away from Maryland like 3 years ago. We still had lightning bugs, but it was definitely during only one time a year, and you would really only see them in like the forest. Like you would only see them in really green areas. I really didn't see them in neighborhoods or anything anymore, which was sad. I called them glow bugs. I'm a child. I can't remember which nature doc, but those lights close to beaches mess with turtles hatching. Oh, they get turned around and go towards the city? No! Fuck beach lights. Can we all agree right now that beaches don't need lights? What the fuck are you doing at the beach in the dark? Bring your own goddamn light. Oh, sad. I love lightning bugs. They really are cool. This is something someone taught me in Maryland. I don't know if this is true about all glow bugs, but the ones in Maryland, apparently, if they're low to the ground and blinking, it means they haven't found a mate yet. But if you see them high up in the trees blinking, it means they found their partner and they're dancing with their partner up in the high trees. I don't know how legit that is, but I thought that was kind of cool. Our yards used to be filled with them in the summers. Yeah, that's how it was when I was in Maryland. But again, I don't. It's been a bit. There are laws about them during breeding season. Oh, really? About the lights, they turn them off. Good. I would imagine Florida would be like on that shit because Florida has a lot of sea turtles, don't you guys? Like sea turtles are there. I've never like scubaed or anything in Florida, but I'm pretty sure you guys have sea turtle populations. Up high, there are males. The females are on the ground. Oh, no shit. Is that how it is? Asking your home AI why we ended the world has some real I have no mouth and I must scream vibes. Yeah. I love the fireflies, Dread. I miss them. No lights at the beach unless it's campfire and you're allowed to do it. No random fires. Good. Poor turtles. Fuck, dude. What do we do to turtles? You have turtle nesting? Have you ever got to see the turtles? Have you ever seen the babies? I just got chills. Baby turtles kill me. We went road tripping to Colorado Springs to see my mom and car camp along the way. I saw lightning bugs for the first time in the forest. In Colorado? Where? I have not seen lightning bugs once here. Where? What the fuck? There are predatory lightning bugs. What do lightning bugs normally eat? I've only seen them blink and fly. And you can catch them. You can catch them and watch them blink in your hand. I mean, they just blink. It's weird. That's good they have laws for it. Yeah, good. And there's a big scientific marina north of here. I would assume so, because that's similar in the Pacific Northwest, like in the Puget Sound. And I think it's probably that way on most of the coast. Anyone that has water probably has this. But there's like huge efforts to protect the whales and seals and stuff like that. Any natural aquatic, they are on it. And the beaches, every beach in Washington State, if you go to any beach, it is watched like a fucking hawk. Do not litter. There is someone in the woods watching you. They are so fucking on that shit. Great as Nate. Thank you so much for summoning the class. Keeping the class alive and giving a name to Swings, Honeybee, and I appreciate you. That's a long fucking time. Wow, that's almost 3 years. Jesus Christ. I'm lucky I grew up in a secluded area where I had tons of them in our area in PA. I love them. We used to love going out and watching them. There are ones that have synced flashing lightning bugs. Oh, I love that. I miss them. I remember I would take the dogs for a walk at nighttime because, in the day it would be too hot and humid. So we'd go after the sun went down, and there was this one area where it was like a valley, just a mini valley, not like a valley, but like a mini little valley next to some houses, and it was just grass and some wildflowers and stuff. And at nighttime, you wouldn't see the grass and wildflowers. It was just like this deep, dark valley, but you would see thousands of lightning bugs in this one valley for some reason. And it was pure magic. It literally felt like fairy magic. It was so cool. The Moat Marine Laboratory and Aquarium, I've seen nests, but not the hatching. They block them off, and it's a felony to fuck with them. I'm sure you agree that that's a good thing, because people would probably try to fuck with them to be the new Florida man or something stupid like that. Good. There are groups who will actively try to keep sea turtle breed locations super quiet. That makes my heart so happy. Same with the burrowing owls. Do they have a breeding season too? I mean, yeah, that makes sense. There's a species that was in the high mountains. I remember them when I was a kid. Oh, I'm so jelly. I've never seen them. Oh, it was in the States before CO. Okay, I was like, God damn it. Because I've literally only seen them on the East Coast. DC, Virginia, Maryland, PA. I've seen them in all those states, but I've never seen them anywhere on this side, and that sucks. How's real Damos? Thank you so much for some of the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it been so fucking long. I appreciate you. God damn, that's a long time. Thank you. 3 years, but technically I followed in sub before, so it's not all in a row. You're my favorite streamer to have up as I work during EST hours. Fuck yes. You know what's crazy, Nate? I remember when I very, very first started streaming, way back in the day, and I would just literally I played Skyrim and I would just talk to myself while I played Skyrim, like sing to myself because I didn't have very many people watching, but I did have people watching. I didn't realize it. And one time someone was like, "Hey Katie, I hope it's not like offensive, but like I kind of treat the stream like a podcast because you just kind of keep going and it's funny and entertaining." And I was like, you know what? I'd be cool if my stream stayed that way forever. Like, I don't ever want anyone to feel like they have to speak to me or feel like they have to participate in anything. Like, I want people to feel like they can come, chill, hang out. Like one big, that friend that you can be quiet with. You know? That's the best. And not feel guilty or some shit. 100% people will try to fuck with it then. Yeah, fuck that. Bring us have breeding season. I would kill to see those. Hello, Savvy, my love. How are you? They're cute and funny. The females will stand outside the nest until something comes close and then go back in and kick the male out to fight. Cute. That sounds kind of like what are they called? Prairie dogs? Prairie dogs are kind of like that. And then they do that like, "Hoo, hoo" thing. They do this. They stand up on their hind legs kind of like a meerkat, but they're chubby and hilarious. And they just go, "Hoo." It's fucking hilarious. I love it. They are not protected though. I'm pretty sure they're a pest. I don't know. Literally showered, fed my animals, made my lunch for work while watching. Are you working nights tonight? Athoris, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it swings for 19 fucking months with that Prime sub. Do not forget to use your Prime subs. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you are paying for a Prime sub, whether or not you use it. Fucking find a cool streamer and use it. Bezos makes enough, for fuck's sake. Jesus. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. And thank you for the hype train. How? When? How? Thank you. I like the feeling that it's okay just to exist somewhere and chill. Same. I think that's like the environment I've strived to find my entire life. And got to a point where fuck it, I'm going to make it. Fuck that. Oh, and the female's larger? So it's replaced by a short. It's like Danny DeVito coming out. I just wanted to be pure. He's so fucking funny. These are the ones I want to go see sometime. The synchronous fireflies, Photinus carolinus, are one of at least 19 species of fireflies that live in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. They are one of only a couple species in North America whose individuals are known to synchronize their flashing light patterns. That's magic. That's just magic. That's so cool. Dude, Saber, there's so many here. I mean, you just drive down any highway that's near an empty plot of land and you'll see 500. When I first moved here, in the spring, they're having their babies and they will literally the babies will just run out into the freeways. I'm serious. You see baby little prairie dogs in the freeways because they live in the island between the freeway, lanes. And they'll crawl out and you'll see a mom trot out into the middle of the freeway and everybody stops. Everybody on the fucking 8-lane freeway stops while this mom comes out, grabs her baby with his mouth and trots off. And I was like, oh, they're so cute. I'm going to die. And Zach's like, that's a rat. That's a fucking pest. I was like, no, they're not. They're so cute. Apparently they're pests. I didn't know, but they're still cute. And when it's fucking cute. Oh man, Saber, if you've never played I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, it is one of the most mindfucky cool games I've ever played. I don't even know how to say it. You should play it. I think it's one of those games everybody should play. It's one of the few I've played. It's good. You're welcome, Athoris. I love nature. You wake up by the sun dude. Camping is the only time I don't care how late I go to sleep and I don't care what wakes me up in the morning. I don't need to sleep in if I'm camping. I'll wake up with the sun, with the fucking woodpeckers. It's just so magical. Hello, Gun. How are you? Dude, I slept weird and I can't turn my head. I'm right there with you.
Hi, gay.
I don't know. This is me turning today. It's the worst. I don't know what I did. I slept fine. I think I actually went to sleep fairly early. I didn't even stay up late. Oh, but my neck and shoulders are fucked. This side mainly. Ow! It's the worst. I feel your pain. I'm just pummeling through it because what else? I'm just gonna stand around in pain and be pissed off all day. Why not find a boyfriend? Because that makes sense, yeah? No. No, it doesn't. That's fine. Fuck, dude. Ow. I don't want in pain anymore. It sucks. That's what I'm thinking. What I think I do sometimes, I don't know why, but I take my head off my... you know how you sleep on your pillow like this? I do this. And so my pillow, I'm not on my pillow anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why this happens, but I'll go to sleep on my pillow. This is the pillow. I don't go to sleep like this with my hands under my face. But you know what I mean? And I wake up here. And my pillow's here. And owie. I don't know why. So when I wake up, like, oh, she's stiff. Of prairie, you know what's funny? They have prairie dogs at the zoo here too. But there's like thousands just out there. I used to go camping up in Canada and would wake up to a bear cub or moose outside your cabin. Oh my god, that is fucking magic. I wouldn't leave the cabin because I'd feel like I would die, but that is magical. Holy crap, that is really cool. Let's go drama and pain. The perfect Taco Tuesday. Let's fucking do this. I know, right? It's true though. It's gonna be fine. You ever do that early morning stretch flex and then tweak your yes. I have done that before. I did not do that today, thank fuck. For some reason, I can only sleep with my one hand palming my face. I always wake up with a handprint on my face. Oh my god, you want to know a weird thing, Nate? So I have noticed if I'm sleeping good, I almost always sleep. Like I'll go to sleep in various positions, however the fuck I fall asleep. But if I wake up anytime during the night, I wake up in the exact same position. It's this. Always. One arm over my head and the back of my hand against my cheek like this. It's the I don't for my entire life. I'll wake up like this, and my mom has pictures of me as an infant sleeping like this. I wonder if this was my womb position. It's this exact, like this hand, this arm. I don't know what it is. My body just does it naturally. It's very bizarre. Ooh, a space age special pillow? I'm a space age pillow? I wish. Bear Cub's a note for me. I really don't like having a date with a pissed off mama bear. Exactly. Like, I would enjoy it with my coffee from a window, but I ain't leaving the house. My wife sleeps with her neck at like 90 degrees just off the pillow. That's exactly how I wake up. No kidding. Nate, that's exactly how I wake up. I go to sleep on the pillow, but I wake up literally with my chin against my fucking sternum off the pillow. And then I correct myself. Like this. And then, that hurts. I'm gonna stop doing that. But that's exactly it. That's exactly what I meant when I said, like, I wake up, like, bent completely off the pillow. I don't know why. May cause pretzelification for real. I don't know why. You got the grinder. Oh my god, Mishy, that took you almost an hour. Oh no. Oh my god, Kona, make sure to drink a shit ton of water and get some salty in you. You're gonna have the LOMs like nobody's business, and the best way to beat the LOMs is not overhydration, ultra hydration, and workout. It's the worst. Seriously, like if you start working out and you get really, really sore and you're like, I gotta take a break, I'm really, really sore. Do not. The worst thing you can do for your body if you get the LOMs, the late onset muscle soreness, otherwise known as lactic acid buildup in the muscle fibers, worst thing you can do is sit still. Just go for a walk, do fucking anything, do some yoga. It's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. You think it'd be bad the first day. The second day you're gonna want to die. It just gets worse. You don't have to work out again. Just make sure to move a little bit because that's the only way to get the lactic acid out of your muscles is to move. That's it. It just sits there. You got to break it apart and get it the fuck out and flush it out of your body. It's the word. I fucking hate that feeling. In the Badlands, I took a walk and was walking back to the campsite. A bison was coming towards me. I would have turned around quite quickly as well. Oh my god. I got to see herds of bison when I was in one of the national parks one time, and that was fucking wild. I don't move my sleep once I fall asleep, so if my arm's under me, I do that. Wake up with a dead arm. I've done that so many times, and it's scary when you're, like, half asleep, and you try to roll over, and your arm is, like, this dead creature behind your back, and you're like, come on. And you have to, like, drag it across your body, and you're like, no. I fucking same. Hard same. If I sleep hard, yep, I've done that many, many, many times. Yes, get potassium, bananas, and avocado. If you like avocado, I think avocado has a shit ton of potassium as well. When you go to the zoo with your nieces and nephews, pay a fortune in entry, and the animals, they're most interested. There is some random pigeon that just wandered in. I feel very called out right now, David. But the pigeons are out. You can see them. They're right there. I'm so sorry. Gun, I'm gonna be honest, I've never like, avocado's a weird thing, I don't understand it. I've liked it in things, but just, like, avocado or just, like, mushy guacamole, I don't get it. I'm the same. I'm not a millennial who doesn't own a home due to avocado toast. Wow. Wow. No, I don't get it either. But, honestly, they really don't have a lot of flavor to me, and they're kinda mushy. Potato skin high in potassium and sour cream. Sour cream is high in potassium, really? I didn't know that, why? Is it part of the fermenting process that makes it sour? I didn't know that. I love potato skins. I was a baked potato girl. I'm still a baked potato girl, and I fucking eat that. I eat that jacket, you know what I'm saying? Hard, yeah. It's so nice to see videos of people encountering bears and mountain lions in the wild. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. This is how the wild will win back. I have a membership that covers myself and my family for both the local zoos for the year. Well worth it considering how expensive the day tickets are. Dude, they're dumb. I remember when I lived in Baltimore, I would get season tickets to go to the aquarium because a lot of my friends had kids. So that was a fun day trip to take the kids and we'd have fun too because we fucking like aquariums. And I think it was, dude, like $60 a day versus $100 for a season pass. I mean, you can just go anytime you want all year long. I don't know, dude. It's crazy. I understand the animals are hard to take care of, but who can afford that? Especially if you have a family. Like, if you have a full family with just 2 kids, that's an expensive fucking day. Holy shit. Hell no. What's it like to be rolling in it? I refuse to peel potatoes too. I don't get it. I do not understand that. I like it. I think potato skins are delicious. They're the best part of the potato. What the fuck is with the rest of the potato? It's just like a conduit for butter, right? Me too. Like where is the skin? What did you do with it? Give it back. Like what have you done? Is it what is it? What did you do? It's around 100 for the whole year, dude. That's absolutely worth it. You go twice, exactly. You go twice and you've already made your money back. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys ever are in Baltimore for any reason, I don't know why everyone hates Baltimore. I don't know why. It was my home. I love Baltimore. The zoo's phenomenal, and it is actually really, really well designed for taking pictures. You can get amazing pictures of some of the fish and the birds and the wildlife in that aquarium. It's huge. It's like, is it 4 levels, 3 levels? I think it's 4 if you count, like, the jellyfish area. 4 levels. And as you go up, it goes, like, through the Amazon, and they have a sloth and stuff like that, and then there's a bird level where it's, like, all open, there's fucking tuki flying by your face. It's really, really nice, but very, very well put together. Just you know how some aquariums and shit, like, the glass is just so fucking scratched up, and the animals are never on display, so you just can't see and or take a picture of literally anything. Exactly, Erica, yep. Zoos are fucking pricey anymore, and the restaurants inside said zoos, no. I've never eaten at one, I refuse. Who eats at the zoo? Again, what's it like to just be rolling? What do the youngins say? Are you dripping or is that fashion? Or do you have the bags? What does it feel like to have bags? Absolutely not. Dude, the aquarium is phenomenal. And honestly, I think it's so well taken care of. Exactly, Gun. I think they take care of it for kids to have somewhere to go in the summer. It's like one of the very few places that's a safe place for kids to go in the summer, and they keep it nice. Potato skins depends. Waxy potatoes, I love the skin, but not as much as a fan of the mealy. What's a mealy potato skin? No, I totally get that. I'm trying to think like a russet potato when it's like more leathery. You just gotta soak it in butter. I need to go to the boss. I go to every aquarium I can. Whenever I visit a city, if they have a cool aquarium, I try to go. They're just so great. Aquariums are really cool. I started a nightclub for men with erectile dysfunction. It was a flop and nobody came.
Calm the bitch down.
God damn it. I'd go to that club. That'd be funny. Oh Oh, a Taurus, that makes me so happy. You know, the last zoo I went to actually was the DC Zoo, the free one, like the national, it's called like the National Zoo or something like that. It's part of the Smithsonian thing technically. And the like primate exhibit was so fucking depressing. It was literally a cement cube room with a glass wall you could look in and like a handful of straw on the ground and then like an orangutan in the corner holding a burlap sack over its head. I wanted to die for them. I was like, I'm never going to a zoo again. This is the worst thing I've ever I hate this. And it's a free one. The National Zoo is free. Like the Smithsonian's, you can just go into it. I love orangutans, my dude. Watching one be sad and suffer is not the way to go. It crushed. I mean, look, orangutans pretty much always look sad. Like that's kind of their deal. But god damn it, it was like looking at one in prison. Literally, it was like a prison cell. It was so sad. But that again is not Baltimore. That's not the Maryland Zoo. That is not the DC Zoo. That is the National Zoo. It's different. Baltimore treats the animals better than its residents. That's why I'm not a big fan of Baltimore, even though I'm born and raised Baltimorean. Like, I don't get me wrong, it's home. I get that. I mean, that being said, though, I've never lived anywhere where I'm like, wow, the local government really does care about the people. Ever in my life. The East Coast has just had a lot longer to, like, marinate. You know what I'm saying? It's going over. Like, the West Coast is just becoming the East Coast. It's kind of like, you know, the US versus Europe. We're a baby country. We're going through our growth shit. Like, Europe likes to point fun, but 200 years ago, your countries were going through the same bullshit ours is. We're just a baby country. Like, it just, you know, it'll get that way. It's just they've had much longer to marinate in the shit. Rot. Yes, that's one. I was trying to be diplomatic. The pandas. Oh, did you see the red pandas? I love the red pandas so much. I think they're not technically a panda, but I love them. Oh, I went to the aquarium in CT. That is a really nice aquarium. I went there so many years ago. Oh my god, I think I was like 19. Owie. It's so crunchy today, man. Ow. The last time I went to the National Zoo, the orangutan seemed fine. It had a large jungle gym. Good. I wonder if you caught it during. That's what I was honestly, literally, I was with my ex and a friend. I can't remember who we brought. Oh, it was my friend Ginny. And we both were like, please say they're just revamping this or something. It was really sad. I It was sad. Like, I completely understand that zoos are like, you know, they're a catch-22. Like, yes, it's sad sometimes, and they're never gonna be able to duplicate the environment these animals come from, but if it, like, sparks the imagination of a child to care about animals and, like, care about nature and wildlife and shit, like, I guess. But man, that stuff crushed my heart. I hope it's different now. Pandas are so cute. I just feel bad that they don't know how to fuck. Dude, that's right here. If I push on it, it's like I don't know what I did, but this side of me is broken today, and it's just like I turn my head too much, man. It sucks. Boys and girls, take my advice. Don't be naughty. Please be nice. You'll have to pay the price down in monkey prison. You don't want to go in the cement box. The DC Zoo and the Maryland Zoo. Do you ever go to the Maryland Zoo? The Maryland Zoo is fucking nice. They have one of the coolest birdhouses I've ever been in. It's huge. It's like the equivalent of like a 3-story home, but it's just this enormous dome in the zoo. And you go inside of it, and there's just the coolest birds flying around. It was really, really cool. You know, more kids. I think if kids are exposed to real animals more often, I think they get that respect more than if they're never exposed to an animal. Like, have you ever seen a kid who has never been around a dog try to pet a dog? That's them petting a dog. Like, it's not inherent in us how to pet an animal. Like, it has to be shown. I remember one time a kid had never seen a dog before, tried to pet Millie, and literally was just like poking her eyeballs. I was like, what happened to you? But I grew up around animals, so petting was just in me. You know, the zoo in Seattle, the Woodland Park Zoo, they have peacocks just roaming wild everywhere. Hello, money. How are you? Oh my god, the the aquadome broke? Wait, like it shattered? Oh my god, 1,500 fish? Jesus, that is really sad. Pandas are just trying to go extinct, right? They don't fuck well, and even when they do, they rarely get pregnant during the one tiny window they're fertile. It drives me crazy. Like, they're such beautiful, majestic animals that are just high on bamboo all day, and I relate. But, like, they cannot figure out the P and the V, and it drives me crazy. Like, I wanna save you, pandas, but you gotta put some effort into saving your fucking selves. God damn it. It's hotter than Satan's butt crack. That's like going to the DC Zoo in the summer, man. It's hot. Dorley Zoo has a whole walk-in rainforest environment. Oh, dude, where is that? Henry Dorley. I don't think I've heard of that one. I try to visit all the different, like, cool wildlife things when I travel. Dogs are scary, okay? Don't judge us. Feeling awkward? Is this how you pet? Uh. No, David, no. I mean, why not? Especially if they got the insurance money, why not build it bigger? Even if they had the same amount of animals, it's always a bigger habitat. Especially when it comes to like fish and birds, because we take them out of their environment, which is the ocean/sky, and then we put them in a box. Like, we're never going to equate to what their natural habitat is. But we can try. They are. I mean, that's like koalas. Koalas literally just get high on eucalyptus all fucking day, rocked out of their mind, and sleep. Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. I know, they're cute as fuck, and I want them to be good, but, like, at what do I have to put the P and the V for them? I've seen scientists, they literally have to make the pandas hump each other. One scientist is like, it's not a joke, this is real. This is how we're replenishing pandas. Come on, pandas. Can we make the ladies sexier? Maybe get some lingerie on them bees? I don't know what to do. That's in Omaha? Oh, I've never been to Nebraska. I might have driven through it, but I've never been there, like, as a location. Or as a destination, excuse me. Fish are one of them animals that I'm still able to be cruel to, sadly. Like, I love fishing, too. But is it cruel? I mean, we kill them fairly fast. I don't know. And, like, I'm not trying to make excuses for killing fish. Like, I love fishing, too. I grew up fishing. I've always really liked fishing. Even if I don't catch anything, though, I kind of like just being on the boat with a book. But from what I've read, this gives me a little bit of peace of mind. But fish and other cold-blooded animals, yes, they have nerve endings. Yes, those nerves respond to trauma and damage because, the purpose of pain is to tell our brain to get away from that thing so we don't die. But they don't translate the nerves, i.e. cutting a fish, injuring a fish. It doesn't translate into pain the same way our brains translate pain. It's more like a tree getting like a limb cut off, like it saps as a protective maneuver. That helps me a little bit, but who knows how legit that is. I don't know. Put some lashes and lipstick on the lady pandas. I'm saying, can you imagine if it was that guy? Mishy, no. I cannot. That might be the reason. Panda Viagra? I'm saying, like, anything. Have you heard the same? I've read that. I learned that in school, like, not from just a fisherman trying to get me to fish, Like, of course, my dad would tell me things like that, like, "Shut up, kid. We're just fishing. It's fine. I don't feel shit." No, I, like, learned that in school. Like, invertebrates do not have a pain nervous system the way you and I have a pain nervous system because they don't communicate with language the way you and I communicate, so there's no point in having a pain system to say "ow." It's more advantageous to have a tail that falls off, legs that grow back, or, you know, something else. So they don't have, like, they're basically nerves get severed because a leg gets chopped off. Their brain says, run. It doesn't say ow. That helps me a little bit. On bamboos. Even outside of breeding, you watch panda videos and they're just falling out of trees and down hills. Yeah. Which is like unironically kind of why we fucking love them though, right? Like, I feel you, panda. I get it. I too would fall out of that tree and roll down that hill. I get it. But like, learn how to fuck already because I love you and I just, you know?
Go, Pikachu, come out.
Zoe, the fuck? Oh no.
I'm gay.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. CK, as a moist barnacle cat thing that likes to be licked and snuggled, I dreamed that I was getting meowed at by clowns who were in the trees all around me while I was vacuuming the grass to keep the mean Furbies away from the Lego Jar Jar statue. Woo.
What the fuck about clowns in trees? I'm never gonna sleep again. Were there clowns in trees? Because I can't with that. So you know how I feel about clowns. I don't. We all float up there? Did we float too far? Animals are awesome and cute. Animals in drawn animated entertainment equals furry origin story. I mean, facts though. Facts. This is it. Okay, CK, as a moist bionicle cat thing that likes to be licked and snuggled, there are clowns. God damn it. I dreamed that I was getting meowed at by clowns who were in the trees all around me. Break time! I was singing this song on the break and I hit that note just then. None of you will ever hear it, but I did it. Welcome back. Zoe, I love you. Clowns meowing in trees, though? Why? No. This is a new song I found when I was in Seattle visiting my parents, and I'm obsessed with it. It's the artist is Jake Wesley Rogers, and the song is called Dark Bird, but it's the Saint Lucia remix. Dark Bird. The lyrics are great. Like the chorus of it's like, God, hold on, I gotta hear it again. The chorus is great. Jumping out the frame. I got the last word, like the dark bird. That part. All good witches die with laughter. All good lovers love till it hurts. All good martyrs have the last word. I got the last word. I don't know why it gives me chills. It's such a good chorus. I'm just going to enjoy it again. Cheers. I'm just moving screens and things.
Hail Santa. Dude.
Isn't that the beauty of music, though, Gun? Is that there's so much fucking music out there that we can all love something different. I completely respect that. I hate when people are like, oh, how can you not like this song, you trash human? Fuck you. There are a lot of very popular songs I cannot fucking stand. That doesn't make me any less of a person or less of an opinion valued. Fuck that, dude. You think so? None of them said. I only think people think clowns are weird because the hardwired distrust of anything in full face paint and dumbass clothing. It's like an uncanny valley type of thing. I would totally believe that. For me, I watched the movie It when I was way too young by myself. That ruined me. Any clown is Pennywise, and I'm going to shank them. I just can't. Like, they make me. I cannot. I cannot. But if the clown is creepy looking, like actually supposed to be scary, like for instance, if you guys watched, it wasn't a good season, but the American Horror Story season, I think, what was it called? It wasn't called Carnival. Freak Show? Freak Show. It was called Freak Show. And there was a clown main guy in that. Didn't scare me at all. Nothing. It was just a terrible season. It didn't scare me. Killer Clowns from Outer Space does not scare me. It's fucking hilarious. And they're not. I think you're right because it's like when they do the shit to look innocent and happy, they scare me. But if they are not, then they don't scare me. Like if they're actually creepy. Because it's like, that's what I know is under there, motherfuckers. I can't, though. I just. Nope. But if you don't like everything I like, how do I validate myself? Yeah. Like I joke, but I was this when I was younger. Dude, I totally get that. I was very much like, I was terrified that my hobbies or things I liked would make it so people would straight up dislike me and not want to be my friend. So I hid who I was as like the complete human you guys experience today. I hid 100%. Like I just kept it to myself. You know, like liking bugs, liking metal, liking video games. That was Katie when I got home from work at night. I had like an hour before I had to go to sleep to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go work again or go to school, that I would sit on my computer and like play Vampire the Masquerade or something like that or whatever, draw bugs. But I kept that shit so fucking close to the heart for a really, really long time. Because I remember when I being really little, like really young, like elementary school, and you're like, I like bugs. And 3 girls would be like, ew, that's gross. Katie like bugs. And then suddenly it's like, Katie has lice. And then suddenly Katie has fleas. And then the whole school doesn't want to talk to Katie. That never happened, but that was like my fear. I mean, I definitely got bullied for liking bugs, but they just would be like, you're weird, ew. And I just didn't have any friends. So I took that forth in the future and was like, guess I'm just gonna not let anyone know who I am anymore. It took a really long time to be comfortable and not give a fuck and be comfortable like in my own skin. Clown dolls can go fuck themselves. In a fire. My mom had painted ceramic clown faces. No. That hung on the wall outside my sister's and I's room. Okay, no shit, Azrael. My mom literally lined the stairway going into the basement where I lived with porcelain dolls my entire life. She collects them. Not, it wasn't supposed to be a creepy thing. It was just like there was like this, you know, stairs where it's like a set of stairs, a landing, another set of stairs, and then the floor. Then there was like a shelf built into the wall on the landing, and she would line up all the dolls there. So I would come home at 11 o'clock at night after working at Taco Time and try to tiptoe into the basement. And the only thing illuminating my way was fucking dolls. It was great. And now, you know what she does? She keeps them in the spare bedroom where I sleep when I visit. I'm just like, bitch, if you're gonna have these and you insist on keeping them for 30 plus years, maybe put them somewhere where you're gonna look at them, not me. Because I always throw a blanket over them. I throw a blanket over them. I can't have that looking at me while I'm sleeping. Fuck that. They're gonna come alive and eat my soul. I'm not ready for that. Fuck that. I feel your pain. And she claims they're like, this is the Katie doll and the Sarah doll and the Joshua doll and the Katrina doll because she got dolls that she thought her daughters would look like. It's psychotic. What the fuck, though? Do people... No, absolutely not. Mm-mm. Nope. No. Here's some clowns from other low-income countries sell your kids a balloon for $5. What? A balloon? Absolutely not. What? Dude, the Gorillas are pretty dope. I think the Gorillas are a band a lot of, I love the Gorillas. I've never met anyone who hates them, I guess. I've never met anyone who hates them. I didn't stop giving a fuck about other opinions till well out of high school, unfortunately. Me too. I literally had to get on my own and be almost secluded by myself to learn to like myself. Like, literally eliminate anyone around me who had an opinion on how I looked, how I acted, anything like that. I didn't know I was doing that. Literally, like, I graduated college and moved to Baltimore because I got a job at Hopkins. But living, I had zero family around me. No one had any idea who I was. It was almost like I could have started with a clean slate, but I was like, I'm going to be exactly who I am, and I'm going to try to make friends who have things in common. It didn't work. I still don't have any friends. But like, but I'm okay with it. I'd rather be alone than be around people that are going to make me feel gross for what I like. When what I like is relatively tame. Like video games and bugs. It's not like I'm in here like hog tying things for myself or whatever. No shame to those who do, but you know what I mean. Speaking of the DMV, Native AV Tear has a new great one. Please listen. AV Tear the musical. Okay, hold on. Where did I? Oh shit! I gotta get I can't turn my head. I hate this. I need to get my pad of paper. I moved it. One sec. I need to write it down because I'll forget. Is that a non? You getting a haunted doll for your birthday? Please fuck no. Unless it's a fuck doll. Maybe. Ooh, random question. How do you like Taco Time in comparison to Taco Bell? I haven't eaten it either in like a decade, but I think Taco Time had better tacos. One second. I have more than just a one-word response to that one. So, Taco Time is my one-word answer. That's my short answer, 100%. Unfortunately, Taco Time literally is nowhere near anywhere I've lived other than Seattle, other than like the Pacific, not even the Pacific Northwest. So there's two different kinds of Taco Times. There is the chain Taco Time, excuse me, that has like the same menu across the board. Every Taco Time that's a part of the chain, you'll just see the exact same menu. It's been the same menu since like 1985. Then there's franchise-owned Taco Times, where the person who owns the Taco Time basically gets to pick the menu, so they can have like unique things on the menu, on the items. What the fuck, Katie? You know what I mean. And so the Taco Time I worked in high school, we always had rotating like new exciting things coming through, like a crunch wrap, not a crunch wrap, like a crunch. What was it? Crispy chicken, soft taco, something. We always had new stuff coming through, and like our veggie burrito was different than the chain veggie burrito. Like I like our franchise one better. But I know for a fact that Taco Time employees come in at 4:30 in the morning and start making every single thing you get from them from scratch. Literally, the only thing we're not making is tortillas by scratch. But the hard shell tacos, the crustos, and the chips are all hand fried every fucking morning by yours truly. I have so many goddamn grease burns on my arms. All the salsa is made by hand. It's all from scratch. Fresh tomatoes, fresh everything. We blend it. We do all that. Everything is made from fucking scratch. It is a hellscape. We even shred our own cheese. It's literally just the worst. We actually get a 20-pound bag of dried pinto beans. This is like the most asinine thing I was ever paid to do in my life. I think maybe what one person would have to do at least once a day is we'd put that huge bag on a counter, like a huge stainless steel counter in the back, slice open one end of it, and slowly start sorting the beans. Because if you buy these huge bags of dried beans, there's chances of having rocks in there and or like moldy, disgusting beans. So one person literally has to go through a 20-pound bag of beans every single day and hand sort them to pick out any bad beans or any rocks. And then we have to soak them for 2 days. And then we have to boil them in this giant fucking thing called a groan. And then we have to use this huge blender and burr them by fucking hand. It's horrible, but everything is real. So a lot of people hate Taco Time because they're like, oh, it's really expensive fast food. Bitch, it's worth it. You're getting real food. It's about as close to home-cooked food in a fast food restaurant you're ever gonna fucking get. Taco Bell I don't know exactly how they make everything, but I know for a fact that their ground beef actually comes in like a big plastic bag and is just a fluid that they then microwave and like it's basically liquid eggs. You know, have you ever gotten liquid eggs where you like nuke them, scramble them? That's how they make their ground beef. And there's a couple other like questionable things that I'm just like, when given the choice, I'll probably opt for food over the liquid stuff. I'd rather eat real food. I think it tastes better. My stomach doesn't hurt afterwards. What up, Alk? How are you, love? Are you ready to get boyfriends? Dude, anime, it really was. It was I have one big scar. It doesn't show up very well anymore, thankfully, but I have a picture of myself with the burn. It was my very, very last day at Taco Time. I think it was this arm, but I don't think it's visible anymore. It was literally this big. I have a scar, my scar from my first day at Taco Time. You can see though, it's straight through that diamond. Actually, maybe it doesn't show up anymore. Straight through that diamond, there's a little line. First day at Taco Time, slam my hand into the heat lamp, getting a thing of Mexi fries off the heat thing. My last day ever at Taco Time before I went to college, I was actually cleaning the fucking groan, the huge, like, boily barrel that you can tip, that you boil the beans in and then burr them in. So it was literally boiling beans actively, but it was like later in the evening. And so I was going in that little room where all the little hot boily things are and cleaning. And the steam built up under the lid of the groan at that exact moment and just blasted my arm while I was cleaning the side of the groan. And I had a steam burn literally like that big. And it was fucking sick. If you've ever seen a big old steam burn, you just slough all the skin off. I mean, it just went down to nothing. I had it for months. It was crazy, but I'm kind of shocked I couldn't see a scar. I don't know. It was huge. It was really bad. Bean preparation, it really was. I mean, the shit but that's real. I mean, assume that's what restaurants go through as well. You know, there's the peon that sorts beans and does dishes, and then so on, you go up the chain. Like that, it was terrible, but it made for really, really good beans. The beans are dehydrated and made with hot water. I think ours were definitely, they weren't pre cooked. Ours were just dried raw beans because we literally had to sort them, soak them in these huge bins for over 48 hours, and then boil them for over 18 hours. I don't think ours were pre-cooked and dehydrated. I think ours were legit beans. Just by that process alone. That's all I remember. Again, this was high school. This has been a while. I already have 2 boyfriends. How many more do I need? Well, these ones, I don't want to date any of them, so you can take any of them off my hands. I was a Vamp Goth kid from like 1st to 4th grade. Side effects of playing Blood Omen, all the Nas Goth games. I love that stuff. Kept it inside for a bit though. CK, were you a fan of Newgrounds? Yes. Oh, 100%. Newgrounds with like Foamy the Squirrel and shit like that? Yeah. Early internet? Yes. Oh, 100%. E-Bombs World? Yeah. Dude, literally, so I worked at Taco Time with my best gay friend. I've talked about him, my friend AJ, who like went on to start his own salon franchise in Seattle. He's insanely amazing and successful now. But we both worked at Taco Time together. That's how we became best friends. And we would get off work at the same time at night. And if we got paid, we would go to Walmart, the 24-hour Walmart, because we were super fancy. And we would blow our entire like $160 paycheck. So we would just like buy like literal flats of donuts and shit. And we would go to his house, go to his basement, and go. I don't even know how he knew about these websites. We would go and look at Newgrounds, Foamy the Squirrel, Salad Fingers. But this was before YouTube existed. So I don't know where we were going other than the Newgrounds website to find these things, but we would sit there and just like gorge ourselves on shit food all night long and watch these videos. Very fond memories. Very, very fond memories. I can't eat Taco Bell meat. If I'm down to eat Taco Bell, I always substitute potatoes and black beans. I really like Taco Bell's black bean everything. They have good black beans. I do the same. They have a black bean chalupa. Like if I have to get Taco Bell, I don't do their meat just because it's a fluid. Like it's not, like it's a fluid. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem like food. I'd rather eat food if I can. I've never had cassoulet actually in my whole life. I've always wanted to try it though. Dude, Pablo, very recently, I ended up giving myself actually, the cut's still there. That's the cut. It doesn't look, I mean, it really looks so pathetic to compared to what it was. But basically what happened was I got my significant other some very nice knives, a couple very, very nice knives over the past couple holidays because he's been cooking is his new hobby. He's very into it and he's a good cook. So I got him 2, like, really nice Japanese steel, whatever, blades. They're very, very nice. And they were one of them, I don't think it has a name, but it's that kind of knife that's like a thin cleaver. It's like a square like this and has a handle, and the whole blade is fucking sharp, butt fucking sharp. It's really, really sharp the whole way. That was in a knife holder, and the ass of the blade was poking out a little bit. And I was just putting dishes away and went to put something in a holder, like a utensil holder next to it, and jammed the corner of that fucker right down on my hand, and it went to my bone. I saw my knuckle, and I swear to God, it looked like the inside of a chicken leg pre-cooking. I couldn't take it. But I didn't even feel it. That was the weird part. Like, for the first day I sliced myself, it just bled profusely, and I was freaking out, but I didn't feel a thing. It sliced the nerve, like, it was just, like, weird, you know? It was like you knew you did it, but it wasn't this insane pain until the next day. Thankfully, it's, for the most part, doesn't really bug me anymore, but damn, that was probably my most serious cut, and it just doesn't look like that bad. I could go grab it actually and show it to you guys. It's a really, really, really nice knife. I'm gonna grab it because seriously, I knew what knife Zach wanted because he described this knife that looks like this shape, but like, even when you look for them online, no one has a name of them. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, there's chef knives and there's this knife and that knife. This knife, all I can tell is like people call it like a vegetable knife. But I don't know. It's odd. I have no idea. I'm gonna go grab it. Give me one sec. I just realized it's really silent because we were gonna play a game. Let me grab the knife because you guys might know what it's called. I almost got the Yakuza punishment. Seriously, like, what would I do without her? I got them. So this is the first one I got him. This, I believe, is just a chef's knife. Yeah. It has Japanese writing on it. I don't even know anymore. I got this one a couple years ago. But this is the perpetrator of, literally, Zach's also gotten himself a couple times on this. This is the bitch. What is this? This is a Nikiri? I'm gonna write that down because honest to God, I just couldn't find the name. It's a good knife, but I had no idea. What up, Donna? How are you? It's like a thin cleaver, but it's not heavy like a cleaver. It's actually like insanely well balanced. It's really, really light. But it is thicker. Like, you can see the tine. It's a fairly thick blade, but it is so goddamn sharp. And that's the corner I came down on, and it just did me in. They're different brands. This one says Kyoku. If it will focus, it's probably too bright. This one says Kyoku, Kyoku. I think that's the brand. This one, I don't know. It's all in Japanese writing. He's fancy, so he wanted fancy knives, so I got him fancy knives. But they're nice, and they are fucking dumb sharp. Like, they are. I'm gonna put him far away. I'm gonna write down those names because I really could not find it. It's Nikiri. Time to do some murdering. I mean, maybe. Oh my God, knife names are super inconsistent. It drives me crazy. It was Nikiri, and what was the other one? Santoku. Thank you. You guys are smart. He loves them, so that'll be good to know. It's like a mini cleaver, right? That's exactly what I thought. It literally looks just like a mini cleaver, but it doesn't feel like a cleaver. Like, cleavers are meant to, like, break bones and shit, so they're really, really heavy, and that's really light. I mean, comparatively. It's heavier than this one. Yeah, it's easily double the weight of this one, but nowhere near a cleaver. But I think it's meant to, like, chop veggies so you don't have to put tons of wrist effort into it, right? I don't know. Zach uses it for everything. He really likes it, including cutting ourselves. We do it all the time. This knife is so sharp. Good knives, but damn. Santoku, I like that word. The mini cleaver is likely a variation of a chef's knife and very versatile. They're insanely versatile. Crushing garlic and stuff with that knife is so nice. Oh, it's just, that knife is very nice to use. Like, it's so funny because he was telling me recently, he was like, when we first started getting HelloFresh, he was getting like, he got himself a couple like kitchen gadgets. Have you ever seen those like, it's like meant to dice anything really quickly. Basically, like you put a half an onion in it, crush it, it dices it immediately. He got a couple of those, and then I got him these really nice knives, and he put all those in a drawer, and we've never seen them again. He's like, I just really like using the knives. I think that's the biggest difference between investing in some nice knives versus just having inexpensive, sharp knives. It's actually fun to use them, which is weird to say. And you know me, I fucking hate cooking. But those knives, like, if he needs me to chop something, if I get to use one of those knives, I'm cool with it. Like, it's almost like magic powers. They're just so sharp. Oh, you do? Carried says, I have similar ones to those. Shaved off layers of fingernail on accident. Zach has gotten his knuckles a couple times and not realized it. Like, just the finest layer of knuckle skin. But they're real nice. I mean, they just are fucking effective. I oil them. They do not go in a dishwasher. If anybody's wondering, if you get those knives, no dishwasher, wash immediately, oil, keep them dry. Keep that steel nice. Oh, Dread, it's kind of ridiculous. We actually, the first night, I got him this one for Christmas, so it wasn't that night, but the first time he ever used this, he got some sort of, I'm just keeping a knife near my neck, and that is the dumbest thing I could possibly do, Catherine. He got, man, I think it was some kind of steak. I cannot remember, but it was like a fancy steak where, like, you kind of cut it and then put it on a platter and everybody takes big chunks off. It was like a big chunk of steak. I'm really bad with steak names. And, like we had okay knives. And before that, we were like learning how to cut steak. I never knew you were supposed to cut against the grain of the steak. I don't know. I'm an idiot. I grew up on a fucking farm. I didn't know this. So we were learning all these ways. And he takes that knife out to slice the steaks. And literally there was no, like, he had 2 fingers on the handle and just like, like, that's how it just, which is how it does this. It just, nothing gets in the way of these knives. They're pretty nice. He takes very good care of them. It's also probably for thick cuts of meat. Exactly. Yes, like slicing steak and stuff like that, getting a nice even slice. I also love cooking. We strictly do HF because we both have crazy lifestyles and we have limited time to do like anything. With all being prepackaged in 30 minutes or less to cook, it's just easy, dude. It's amazing. And the food's good, and I'm not being paid to say that anymore. Like, it's good. If it wasn't for HelloFresh, I would be a very unhealthy person because I would get way too much takeout. I just don't like cooking. I don't want to do it because of all the like thinking and the planning and the like, do I have all the ingredients? But HelloFresh is literally like a brown paper bag you just pull out of the fridge and there's all your ingredients. You just cut them up and do it. It's mindless. I like that. And fast because I just fucking, I hate wasting my time in the kitchen. Just like, I feel like I have so many other things I could be doing with my time. Like playing boyfriend game, which we're going to do now. Even though we can still keep talking. We're still talking, but We do too. We usually add our own flair to it. Like, Zach's gotten to that point. At first, we did it exactly the way it was presented because neither of us were very comfortable cooking. Like, both of us, we weren't, like, I know how to I can poach an egg, which is actually a skill. But, like, I know the general basics of cooking, but neither of us were big fans of it. And so when we started doing HelloFresh, we would follow it exactly to the T because they have a lot of, like, sauces you make from hand. You make from scratch, from hand. They teach you how to make some, like, cool sauces and stuff. And I've never been one to make my own sauce for anything ever. Like, that was never even that was a non-factor in Katie brain. And so we were just following it to a T, but now Zach's gotten to the confidence point where he'll start adding stuff in or taking stuff here and there and adjusting bases on our likes. It's pretty cool to watch, but it's just HelloFresh is the shit. And this is and I'm not being sponsored. I just have to say it because we realize it every single time we get takeout. It's so crazy expensive to eat out. I mean, not anything special. What did we get recently? We got takeout and it was not super expensive. We got like hoagies, I think. We literally got like sandwiches or something. And it was, 2 12-inch hoagies, 2 bags of chips, 2 cookies. I think it was like $45 with delivery. And HelloFresh is $60 for an entire week. And you're just like, that hoagie was really good, but oh my God, what the fuck? Like, it gives me physical pain because eating out is so expensive. What they charge you for food. And I think HelloFresh gets away with being really inexpensive because they remove the middleman. So, there's like the farmer, and then there's the people that take things from the farm and distribute it to the grocery stores. And then there's the grocery store distributes it to us, so on and so forth. They take all that out. So I think that's the only reason it's so inexpensive. It's just crazy. I'm a baker. I need an exact recipe. That's my sister. My sister's a really good baker. She's the same though. I'll add some things, but mostly just more cheese, garlic, and flavors. I mean, you can always add more garlic. There's no such thing as too much. Dip the blade in a flowing stream of floating leaves. If it slices the leaves, it's sharp. If it's really sharp, the leaves avoid the blade entirely. Oh, because it's probably splitting the water. The trick I was taught, and I don't know, it probably doesn't work on my hair anymore because my hair is destroyed now. But someone taught me this years ago. If you take a nice knife and run it down your hair this way, like with the hair, and it catches, that's a sharp knife. But if it doesn't, and you can just go down the hair strand and it never catches, it's not a sharp knife. Is that legit? I feel like I'm waving this around my head, but you know what I mean? My hair's coarse and destroyed, so it's not going to work, but I've heard that's a thing you can do. I don't know. Don't put knives near your face. They have a low sodium menu. Yeah, so if you try out HelloFresh or you just like look at their menus, you can literally hand pick every single meal you get that week, or you can say, I'm not that picky, but I want all my meals to be vegetarian. I want all my meals to be quick and easy, like under 30 minutes to prepare. I want my meals to be hearty, meaning like meat, potatoes, steak meals. I want like you can do pescatarian, you can do low sodium, you can do diabetes diet, and then what they do is basically every week they'll just send you a random lottery of items from that list, from that like bank of menu items. So you'll never get steak if you put in the vegetarian thing. You know what I mean? But you can also go through and just pick all your items yourself. And nothing is pre-made. So like every bit of salt you're adding to the meal is on you. Does that make sense? So you know how a lot of like prepackaged preservative food is preserved with salt. You're not getting any of that. Like they literally are giving you fresh ass veggies and stuff. So they'll say like add 2 tablespoons of salt, add salt, and you can cut it down or add as much as you want. Exactly. It's literally you're still cooking. Like that's the caveat. I could go grab a bag. Do you want to just see one? I don't mind. We have a fridge full of them. I could just show you what's in a bag. It's just if you want to see it. I'm all about people saving money, and this thing literally is. I need you guys to feel good, and this shit it's great. It's actually. I'm gonna go grab a bag. One sec. One sec. It's worth it. It's interesting to see. It's pretty phenomenal. Give me one sec. Stop it. Ooh, what a good song for you to enjoy. Headphones. I'm just gonna grab a bag because I want you to see what I mean when I say like, like whole ingredients. That's how your little meals show up. They're so cute. So you literally get like a big box on your porch that's like lined with foam and freezer shit. And these are what each one of your meals look like. And the meat's in the bottom of the box. You put that in your freezer. And this is everything that doesn't need to be frozen. Says what it is on it. So this is hoisin glazed pork tenderloin. Something. Yeah, you're lucky if the preservative's just salt, right? Yeah. Salsa. Ooh, Pablo, fuck yes. Oh, how is that? How is the volume different? I wonder. I feel like a hotel would be like insane volume and like very what's the word? expectant customers. I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like when people go to a restaurant for food, they're a lot nicer. I don't know how to say that. So, this is how they come. And this is all biodegradable plastic, so it breaks down, you know, when you get it like wet in the sink. So like they package everything like this, but don't feel like you're adding to plastic. This is all, you know what I mean, like paper straw kind of shit. But yeah, so you get green beans, and then you get some green onions and some rice. And then because they're going to have you make some type of sauce to go on this honey pork tenderloin, they give you all the little bits that go into it. So they don't give you just a packet of the sauce. They make you make it, which I think is cool because it's like, I mean, these are, what is this? I bet this is like broth. It usually says it on it, but it's really dark. This is probably concentrated broth, honey, mayo, sriracha, and garlic powder. So then you have to make, and it's all separate, and it keeps fresh that way, you know? None of it's pre-chopped or anything like that. There's your little bundle of rice. But it's just like, so you can kind of, like, you could add a whole stick of butter if you wanted to, or not. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of make it low sodium, even lower, is all I'm saying. But they've got so much to pick from. It's pretty crazy. Zach and I started doing HelloFresh over a year before either of us were sponsored to do it. And then both of us got a sponsorship, which I'm not doing right now, by the way. That's over. I'm just trying to be a nice friend. We both got a sponsorship for it, like, within a month of each other. And we were like, oh, no, this will be easy. Like, we are good at this. Like, we already know how to do this. Yep, and it does help with food allergies, exactly. We don't waste any food. Donna, that's the honest, to me personally, that's my big thing. I'm not a huge fan of leftovers. They're okay. Some things left over are okay. It's not that I hate them. I'm just bored. Like, if I have chicken Alfredo one night, I do not want to have it the next night because I eat once a day. Like, I kind of want to have something different. We never have leftovers, ever. Usually, I get through about half of my portion, 3/4 maybe, and then Zach just finishes off, and we are literally both stuffed. It's a lot of food. It shocks you, honestly. It's shocking. And they, you know, chefs and scientists design it to be well-balanced and filling. So you're full. I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. So, if you got 4 meals a week for 2 people, and that's all I can talk to because that's what I do. 4 meals a week for 2 people is like $65. You can go up and down though because you can add special items if you want to. Like, around the holidays, they'll have, like, you know, special dinners you can get that have way more ingredients, way more food in them, tend to be a lot bigger. So they can go up and down from that, but it's around 65 to 75 a week. So that's 8 meals for about $65 to $75, which is insanely reasonable. I mean, we don't add anything to the meals. We're not like making a salad on the side or anything. Sometimes we'll have some bread with butter, maybe. See, and those are the things I do like as leftovers. Stew, chili, anything like that is a phenomenal leftover. Like those, because you can literally dress them up every day to be different. I'm all about those kind of things. But I don't know, there are some things that I'm just bored. Like, I just want something new to eat. Exactly, Donna. That's what I have to do. That's what I have to do because I can't do it twice in 2 days. I just get bored. So Alchemy does. So that's about on par then. So I'm about correct then. Yeah. So Alk says we do 2 servings, 5 meals a week for 95 a week. Yep. There you go. It's yeah. Yes, and you can add salads. You can add desserts. They have breakfasts now. Like, they have since I signed up, they've added categories. It's pretty crazy. They have like breakfast. You can make muffins or like you know, like muffin bars. And they have I mean, there's just so many ways to customize it. You can actually switch out the protein if you want to. So like, for instance, I think we did on this one because it says, I don't know, Zach goes through and picks all the meals because I don't give a shit. I'm not that picky. He gets excited to do it. I let him do it. I don't care. It says hoisin glazed pork tenderloin, opt for chicken or organic chicken. So we probably got pork tenderloin because we're not that kind of Jew. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get down on some pig. But you could get chicken or organic chicken instead. So you can sub meats in and out if you want to. Some meals will just not have a meat. And you can say like, oh, I'd like to add shrimp to that or something like that. Like you can add and subtract stuff. It's pretty wild how customizable it is actually. And it's just a fucking app on your phone. Gorilla! Witty message! Ha 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 ha! Thank you for the resub, my love. That's a very long time and I appreciate you. I love pork. Yeah, I know. We try to do meatless meals once in a while just because, factory farm meat in the US is destroying the environment and shit, but we're not 100% meatless by any means. I'd rather eat pork than beef, to be honest, because pigs are assholes. I love kielbasa. Oh my God. Mom and I have eaten one meal a day my whole life. That's basically me too. Seriously, my mom used to try to get me to eat breakfast when I was a kid because she was like, 3 meals a day. It's the healthiest meal of the day. I get sick if I eat breakfast. Like if I eat breakfast first thing in the day. Breakfast food is the best food in the world and deserves to be eaten at any time of day. I will firmly stand by that until the day I fucking die. Breakfast food's fantastic. Give me an omelet at 10 p.m. any day. But I fucking I can't eat in the morning because I get icky feeling. I get just a stomach ache. What the fuck, Damien? I'm all tied up. Hold up. What the shit? What just happened? Damien just gifted 5 subs in the channel. You silly shit. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate you. Lena Marie, Total Chaos. Iritalian. I hope I said your name right, but that's clever if I did. Little black dress and ground nibs. Y'all butt wizards the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways. I love you. Thank you. HelloFresh. I was just showing everybody what it looks like. Because, like, there are meal services out there where you literally get, like, frozen dinners you microwave. And, there's all sorts of different weird meal services and everything. Zach and I have been doing this for almost, I think, over a year now. And we love it. It's just so easy. It's so easy, but it's not easy, unhealthy easy. It's very healthy, as you can see. They give you everything. And you can add side salads. Like I said, you can add all sorts of sides. Actually, they have a lot of cool stuff. Tasty, right? And I will do sometimes on my day off because I sleep in. So I think it's later. Me too. Same. Oh, Serene, your mother and I are very similar. That's exactly. I get like heartburn and then I just want to puke. If I'm forced to eat breakfast, like first thing in the morning, it's the worst. I drink coffee. Leave me alone. You're good getting that out of me. I think Factor 75 is I think they're owned by the same company. Maybe. Or maybe it's Blue Apron and HelloFresh. I don't remember. I know there's a couple that are. Oh, CJ, I love a fucking I love a good omelet, dude, with hot sauce. Oh my God, maybe some Banco's Verde hot sauce all over it. All over my body. Eggs and hot sauce were born to be together. Firmly believe it. I couldn't afford, wait. I couldn't afford the level of cost because I'm on disability, so I have to make stuff from scratch and in batch bring down the price. That's honestly smart. Like, if you have the time and you can do that, do it. I know those flavorless shakes, I just cannot with that shit. I force myself to eat because I know I don't want to die. Dude, ordering food is insane. The convenience fee, the tax. On what? On what? And I don't think the restaurant gets more than 30% of anything coming out of like Grubhub, DoorDash, any of those. Sous vide anything is fucking amazing. The best steak I've ever had in my life was a sous vide steak I did myself. What up, Pac-Man? How are you? HelloFresh owns Factor. Boom. Thank you, Digital. I thought so because when I was sponsored, we were talking about other meal plans. I was like, oh yeah, there's Blue Apron, there's Factor. And they're like, oh yeah, they're all owned by the same company now. So if you do a sponsorship with one, you're basically doing a sponsorship for all of them because they're basically the same thing, which is awesome because that removes the confusion. At 135, oh my God. I don't know if chicken's pink, I don't know what I would do. Really, Elk? It's are they like thick though? There's a couple meal replacement shakes that I've tried in my life, and they're like, it's like drinking a milkshake that melted. They're like frothy, strangely, and thick, and I just cannot. Why? Why? Can we not? No. No. Oh no. Shh. Find the peace within your souls. Find your inner peace. What time is it? I swear to God, it's every day at the same time my dogs do that. I don't know what's going on. It's not the mail. Is a hot tub sous vide people? Hot tubs are people soup. I have no idea, but they're people soup. I don't think it's sous vide people. Well, maybe? The poodle bark nostalgia, I know. It's aggressive, man. Oh, praline pecan, yum. 9 p.m. is too late for all this food talk. I'm so sorry. I need to put this away. Back in the fridge real quick. So I'm going to run an ad, just get the fuck out of the way. And then, David, don't worry. We're going to get boyfriends and you'll get sick really fast. Because the way that these men talk to me is nasty and I hate it so much. I used to work in a hospital and the number one foodborne illness source that kills people the fastest is chicken. So I kind of like eat chicken once a month and I do it sparing. I just avoid it. I don't know. Chicken's one of those people that's like so easy to fuck up. I couldn't tell you. Countless people just die from chicken. Not choking on it. Just chicken. Fucking gnarly. It scares me. I don't know. Call me a pussy. Whatever. Look at this ink real quick. I'm gonna go get some water and put this back in the fridge and then we're gonna get boyfriends. Song's just so great. I don't think I've ever screamed louder than when he started playing that song live. I pissed my pants. A little bit. Good old Eddie, man. Dude. And it's crazy that he still sounds like that. He still sounds exactly the same way as he did in 1995. I guess that's what you get for sober living. I don't fucking know, dude. He's amazing. Every song, it was like listening to it off of the record. You were like, but isn't he in his 50s now? I mean, by all rights, his voice should be a little worn out. Not at all. It's phenomenal. Watsky or Jarv? No. Watsky? Hold on, I'm writing them down. I just pulled the game open. Hold on. Watsky, what the fuck are they? Is it music? Because I'm here for it. I want to write it down and we can play it on our next break. Hold on. Watsky? Yeah. Watsky. Watsky. It's music. Yes, it's music. I don't know. I love good rap, dude. I'm all about it. Honestly, I try not to limit myself in genre because I feel like there's something good everywhere except mumble rap. Mumble rap's broken. I don't know what happened there. No, it's totally cool. Sentences are overrated. We're about to get I'm going to cheers and we're going to get boyfriends. So I just wanted to write it down so I remember. Soft shell crab omelet, yes or no? Yes. Is that not the answer I should give? Because I've had it and it's fucking amazing. Crab omelet is so fucking... That or lump crab omelet? Oh my fucking God. With like a pesto sauce or something? Fuck. Oh, I miss crab. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'd get in on that. Yep. Yeah. Watsky's a featherless chicken, but not music. Dude, Lenny Kravitz is another one that... Has he aged? What is that? I love this song too. Another one, like Childish Gambino, amazing. I'm just gonna let it play. I'm not gonna cut the song, but I'm opening the game. Lenny Kravitz doesn't age. I did. The hot ones with Lenny Kravitz, like... His skin is flawless. His daughter. I mean... We all knew it, though. When Lenny Kravitz and What's-Her-Fuck hooked up, we were like, God damn it, they're gonna make the prettiest baby that's ever been, huh? What's her name? From The Cosby Show? She was the little girl, wasn't... Or no, she was the older girl. But what's her name? I've just blanked on her name. She has beautiful long dreads. She's a goddess. Lisa Bonet. Lisa Bonet. Oh, when they, I mean, we all knew it. And now, I think actually, I think they got divorced. She was with him. I think they got divorced, which is super sad. No, dude, she did not. I mean, she's a goddess, though. I mean, she might be a real goddess. Like, I don't even know. They did, yeah, I know, sad. But really, we knew when they got together that their child would be the embodiment of cool. Like, she's just out of this world cool. Yeah. I actually watched the hot one, I think it's the most recent one. It was, what is her name? Goldie Hawn's daughter. I just blanked. I hate it. Why can't I remember Goldie Hawn? Has she even made a movie in my lifetime? What is her daughter's name? Kate Hudson. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Heart. She did the news hot ones. I kind of felt like she was a rude hoe. Just me. She just like interrupted Sean constantly. It was just like talked over him. I don't know. What the manners? Broken. I didn't like it. I don't know. It bothers me when people can't stop to listen. It's when you wear sunglasses both outside and inside the house. Dude, I'm already getting crow's feet. The light in here kills them, but I'm already getting them. I wear sunglasses all the time. I don't know if that's it. She was married to Jason Momoa, yeah. She's not with him anymore, but I think did they have a kid together? I think they might have had a child together. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can still clean. I don't even have any sunglasses near me to try. Shit. I wear sunglasses all the time. I have pussy eyes. Anyways, shall we boyfriend? I had to restart the game. It was being weird. That song, Childish Gambino, is amazing. Have you guys seen Atlanta? The show? Not this. I mean, cool if you saw the city, but the show Atlanta is phenomenal. I wear my sunglasses at night. She had one with Letty and then one or two with Jason. Okay, so she did have so they'll be, I mean, they'll be so fucking cool. They'll be like cool nerds, which is almost like nerds shouldn't be that hot. Like that's not fair. You know? There's the music. You guys hear it? Aha! It wasn't playing the first